got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. A regular pint-sized atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want it to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Gliada, 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 gliada. Atom bomb baby, loaded with power, radioactive as a TV tower. A nuclear fission in her soul, loves with the electronic control. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want.
Welcome to the second World War III stream, ladies, gentlemen, and bees. Pour yourself a good one, because we dying drunk.
Atom bomb baby, boy she can start one of those chain reactions in my heart. A big explosion, big and loud, mushrooms me right up on a cloud. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Gliada, 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 gliada. Atom bomb baby, sweet as a plum, carries more wow than uranium. When she kisses, there's no hitch. Zero hour, she turns on the switch. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way.
Synonym, thank you for spending your prime before the nukes drop. Thank you to the Zarzas. I call to everyone to subscribe because your money will be useless after you're obliterated by an Iranian missile.
I want it to be a million times harder than TNT.
Wake up to the job of the bell. No sweat, now I'm feeling swell. Gee golly, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna burn my troubles away. I'm going nuclear, light up the town. The walls that hold me, I'm melting down. I'm rising up like a mushroom cloud. I'm going nuclear, light up this town. That's right. Now I'm having a blast. Cool kids, baby, it's a gas. The airwaves of a galaxy, all the stars are saying to me, I'm going nuclear, light up the town. The walls that
Oh, baby, baby, baby. The bomb is thick and the bomb is brown.
the streets and sidewalks on my playground. I'm going nuclear, light up
Mufacio, thank you, baby. Mike from PA. Yeah, refugees, welcome in. The old man is not streaming today. That is insane.
I'm going nuclear, light up the town. The walls that hold me, I'm melting down. I'm rising up like a mushroom cloud. I'm going nuclear, light up this town.
Oh yeah, chat. Welcome in. We're starting out with a hype train. Thank you very, very much to Synonym, the Zarzas, Resin, and Mufacio for starting us out real good. It is a World War III stream, so I dressed appropriately, okay? I dressed in the outfit of future frontline journos, okay? Here we have a camera designed to capture every fleeting moment. They call it the self-firing by the future HRs of journalism. It's called you have just had your legs blown off, so you need to shoot yourself in the head. Okay, this is not for enemies. As we all know, journalists cannot shoot enemies, but they are allowed to commit suicide. Suicide is a human right. Guys, I was kidding yesterday. I was joking yesterday. For those of you who do not know, yesterday we drank a lot. And I called it, we basically had like a party stream once a month or sometimes once every 2 weeks. It was dry February. It was ending. So we drank and we basically just had a lot of fun. We covered the news a little bit. And I called it getting ready for World War III with drinks. And I wake up with a hangover
Wonderful.
the size of Pluto. And I open the news and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I
Wonderful.
have
A
never
new
had
child soldier.
that much main
Subscriber.
character syndrome in my life. And you chat should also feel a little bit of main character syndrome. Unfortunately, for all the worst things that one can imagine, unfortunately, the United States of America has initiated a one-way war of aggression against the sovereign state of Iran under pretenses not too different than the WMDs of good old, bad old Iraq. But Iran is not Iraq. Iran has already hit a bunch of targets in the surrounding area, including American targets. Local Gulf puppet states are reacting accordingly. And there is news still not fully confirmed, but I am inclined to believe it from one side, which is that over 50 children have been unfortunately killed in Iran from the American
Wonderful.
bombs.
A new child soldier.
Thank you for the hype train.
Subscriber.
Thank you very much, Darkwing Cuck, for your taxes. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Glenoja. Thank you, Mufasia. What's up, Mufasia? Nice to see you.
Wonderful. A new child
Welcome
soldier.
in, everyone. We will be
Subscriber.
covering mostly everything that is happening on the ground today. That is why I am dressed appropriately. No gamba today because it would feel very weird to gamba while people are dying. That does not mean that this very strange
Wonderful. A new
cocktail
child
mix
soldier.
does not have a
Subscriber.
little bit of the fun juice in it. So radiation doesn't feel as bad when you're intoxicated, and death is not as scary. So pour yourself a
A
good
new
one
child
if
soldier.
you're relaxing. I don't
Subscriber.
think you will be able to relax on this fine Saturday. And let us spend the first moments of war in a way that would make the mind of somebody from the 1920s immediately combusting on itself. Oh, what were you doing when that war started? Oh, I was on the internet. You know those places where they stream? And I watched a Balkan communist with a mask explain to me things from a anti-imperialist perspective. Pretty crassy. We have Iranians in chat, including one of my main mods, my fucking OG. Pandas, yesterday I drank for fun. Today I drink to cope. I'm very sorry, my friend. I hope all your family back in Iran is relatively safe. As you know, people in Iran proper currently are... what the fuck, man? Stop the light thing. Are experiencing complete internet blackout, etc., etc. Before we touch on the Iran stuff, when it comes to Cuba, it has fully been confirmed. I want to show this to you guys. Before we get on the Iran train, unfortunately, which is this in particular. Remember how they told us that in Cuba, unfortunately, this piece of news is being really, really fumbled because we're all looking at Iran, as to an extent we should. But the Cubano Patriotas, the real Cubano Patriotas, are showing and exhibiting the equipment of the right-wing paramilitaries that tried to get into Cuba from the United States. These are very classic far-right reactionaries working both for the Gusano political diaspora as well as, of course, for the United States of America. Funnily enough, we managed to find a Facebook account, not last stream, but the previous stream, of one of the guys that was killed. And those of you who were in stream, does this look familiar? ADP is the organization that they are proudly a part of, an organization that was definitely not relatively spontaneously invented just as they were invading, because right as the events were unfolding, here on this stream, we tried to find any information on these guys, and it looked like it was basically invented like 12 hours ago. 12 hours ago. But the main reason, most likely, why they wanted to term it like a local patriotic paramilitary freedom fighting force is so that they can do the classic thing of, hey, this is not invading or occupying Cuba. This is Cubans themselves rising up against evil dictaturu of comunisturu. Okay? Let's save that hype train. I know it's a con train in the beginning, but I'm very grateful. Thank you, Per Tenebras, for your taxes as well. Very nice to see you. But yeah, fully kitted the fuck out. These guys were low-key imbeciles. Like they streamed a lot on Facebook and talked about guns and best ways to train people, best ways to infiltrate enemy territory, etc., etc. We'll probably cover that when I'm back on Monday a little bit more. Now let's get into Iran. Apparently, the British have commented on what is happening. Thank you, Noodle, and thank you, Falska Kerota, for 20 fucking 4 months. Absolutely insane. Thank you, Noodle Tech, as well. Ryan, as well. Okay, let's get into it. Apparently, the British have commented. Before we do so, the perspective of this particular stream, and me, myself, and I, is that this is an unprovoked war of aggression by the United States on a sovereign state, which, even if they were developing nuclear weapons, are allowed to, because they are a sovereign state. Anyone who chooses to hyper-focus on the inadequacies, the very real inadequacies of the system of governance in Iran right now is no different to a boomer who hyper-focused on Saddam Hussein and the way he governed Iraq during the American invasion. You are a imperialist dog, you are stupid, you are ignorant, and you should get the fuck out of here, because otherwise I'm going to ban you. Okay? Thank you for listening. Now fucking leave. Sue Bucket, Top G, thank you very much for the gift subs. If you are open to changing your mind, please stay, and maybe we can have a fucking conversation. Okay.
Iran
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you, Jami.
can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs, and cease the appalling violence and repression against the Iranian people, who deserve.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Give up their weapons.
Lies.
I actually haven't heard this. What the fuck? Wait.
Iran can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Let me show you Western hypocrisy on steroids. Wait.
We'll speak.
Come on, just put. Okay, wait. Give me 1 second.
We'll speak to you very.
Supporting family.
Okay. Now imagine. Now listen to this, and imagine he's talking about Ukrainians, and tell me it makes sense. Okay.
Iran can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs, and cease the appalling violence and repression against the Iranian people, who deserve the right to determine their own future in line with our long-standing position. This is the route to de-escalation and back to the negotiating table.
Let's take you live down to Berlin. Al Jazeera's Dominic Kane can tell us more.
Unironically, the same thing. Unironically, the same thing. If you do not want to be invaded, then follow our particular recommendations. And somehow that is not imposing on somebody's sovereignty. Okay? It was already imposing on somebody's sovereignty when one put a gun to your proverbial temple and told you, hey, let's negotiate. It is less so now when bullets have been fired. Okay, negotiations are over. This is war, and if the Iranians have like 1% of any wisdom, they need to understand what they're looking at and treat it accordingly, unfortunately. I hate that it has come to this, but it has come to this. The entirety of the argument on why Iran must be struck is one that we've seen through the decades, both during the Cold War, but even more intensely being phrased in that particular way after the end of the Cold War, which is, governments and states do not turn heavily violent and quote-unquote militant and quote-unquote authoritarian towards their own population because they fucking feel like it. Sure, there are a few batshit insane, basically mobster dictators that last for fucking 12 months and they're kicked out. Usually these state apparatuses get developed as a means to defend against very aggressive foreign intervention. When it comes to Iran, they had a democratic left-leaning government. That was couped by the Americans. Then Iran swung in the other direction. A Islamic revolution happened, an Islamic revolution that was immediately told by the Americans that it is not constitutional, that it cannot be allowed to exist, and that Iran must be crushed in its form at that time, which then led to what? Led to further militarization of Iran and crackdown on everyone, including very legitimate protesters, including very legitimate voices that did not want to live in that particular way, but they were all bundled together with unironic foreign agents. This is how these things develop. I live in the developing world. I can tell you from a lived experience that it is very similar. So, to make it as simple as possible, to make it even simpler, my dear friends, okay? This is like me coming into your house and being like, give house now. And you're like, I'm not going to give house. And then I leave, I'm going to give you a day. I'm going to come back and I'm going to take house. I come back tomorrow and you're standing there with a gun. In this case, you're not even standing there with a gun. In this case, you say, if you come again, I will buy a gun. I lose my mind. I go outside. I start talking to all the other neighbors. You know what I say? I say, we have to do something about this guy. We have to do something about this guy. He's going to buy a gun. How are we supposed to let him have a gun? So you are buying a gun. You are making a gun because I threatened to take your house. And then I use the fact that you're buying a gun as the main reason to take your house. No matter what the so-called enemy does, they will always be depicted as good enough to invade. Does that make them good? No. Does that make them bad? No. That makes them yet another state looking down the barrel of, in this case, very classic American imperialism. Did I contextualize it enough for you? I hope I did. Known Anomaly, thank you for the 7, baby. Barbar, thank you, and welcome to the community. Pharaoh's Hyde, thank you very much. Tesaras as well, if I didn't say it earlier. This British framing was disgusting that we just heard.
Obviously, more protracted and much more violent. But I think, unfortunately, there are...
Holy shit, fantastic analogy. Thank you. This looks like a drone with Polaris's military, so we listen to Polaris when he tells us shit like this. This looks like a drone with ARM. It seems to target the satellite uplink wedged in all those buildings perfectly. Iran now has the capability to blind the U.S., ? Throw in some Russian GPS jamming in Iran, and this could get interesting. This will be interesting. In all the worst ways, interesting. It's already 50 dead kids, interesting. There's no way the Americans did that intentionally. I'm not saying because they don't that it's not because they don't love bombing schools, but because, like, why would you give this ideological fuel to the Iranian government? So either the Iranian government is pumping this, somebody made a massive fucking mistake. I hope they burn in hell for eternity. Or, there is an elephant, an Israel in the room. Did I say something? No. Well, you think I said there's an Israel in the room? What the fuck, man? I would never say that, man. I would never say that. I would never say that. Mike wants to come in. Do we want Mike? Jesus, Mike already misses you, Khan, so much. Mike hasn't streamed, and he's like, okay, whose stream is doing okay? Yugopnik stream. I must come talk to the children yet again. Let's hear Mike's hot takes. I would love to hear Mike's hot takes. Call here. But still, I appreciate Mike hosting me as always. Mike has been very welcoming to me on this platform. Very, very, very. Mike from Vsauce. Yes, Mike from Vsauce. Oh, my God.
Unstable and uncertain days ahead.
Always good to talk to you, Professor. Many thanks indeed for being with us once again.
Thank you.
That's Mohammed Al-Masri. Well, Rashid Al-Mohanadi is the Vice President of...
Strikes Israel.
I love, like, Al Jazeera is a great source. It's a very, 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 very good source. 95% of the time. When it comes to Iraq, unfortunately, not necessarily, because, as we all know, good old Doha is very much in love with imperial cash when it comes to American military deployment. So they are, to an extent, tied in with the Yanks when it comes to the Yank foreign policy towards Iran. So, you know, always take Al Jazeera coverage on Iran with, more skepticism than you usually do, because usually they genuinely are one of the, now I'm going to lib out for a second, one of the more unbiased journalists out there, yes? Thank you, Apprentice, very much, and thank you, Toby. We got a lot of new people in here today. Welcome. Hello, I am Man with Mask from Balkan. I don't usually dress stereotypically like this. What do you mean stereotypically? This is the average outfit of a Slavic schoolboy. This is average outfit of Slavic schoolboy. This is what our mothers gave us every morning. Because I grew up in the 90s, okay? This is what we dressed like in post-socialism. This is what you needed to wear in order to enjoy the freedoms of capitalist democracy. It was very beautiful. It was incredible, yes. You guys, when you went to school in the 90s, you could get like a bully that steals your shoes. We could get like stolen and sold into child sex slavery. You guys could like have your lunch money taken by some bullies. We could have like our organs harvested. You guys could sometimes run out of gas when you're trying to get to school. We were afraid that we would get stopped by police because a lot are stolen 3 months ago. And nobody has reported it stolen yet, but Ivan from local neighborhood just realized it's gone. I'm kidding, it wasn't that bad. Only half that bad, okay? All the stories I just gave you, I experienced half of those things. So, very fun, though. I have to say, very adventurous. Very adventurous.
The US launched.
Nothing more beautiful than cowboy capitalism. Nothing more fun than cowboy capitalism. And depressing, yes?
Iran has closed its airspace and cut mobile phone services. It has also vowed that its response to the attack will be, quote, crushing. Now, this is all happening just days after representatives from Tehran and Washington held indirect negotiations in Geneva. Well, aside from the capital, Tehran, several other cities have also come under attack, including the Shia holy city of Qom, Karaj near the capital, Isfahan in central Iran, Tabriz in the northwest, and Kermanshah, Umri and Alam, both in the west towards the border with Iraq. Shiraz in the south was also hit, and a base near Damavand as well. And as we mentioned earlier, a girls' school in the south in Manab County. A satellite image captured by Airbus Defence and Space and obtained by the New York Times has revealed what appears to be significant destruction at the office of Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei in Tehran. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has been speaking to...
The Iranians said that no significant political figure has been killed. We'll see if that's true.
US media. He says that as far as he knows, the country's supreme leader and president are still alive.
I feel like this is one of these moments. Let me show you.
Well, US President Donald Trump called on Iranians to take over their government when he announced the attack.
To the great proud
To the great and proud Iranian people, please don't do that now. Okay? You have every right to decide what kind of government governs you. If you do so now while you are being invaded, you will not have your own government. You will have puppets for the next 30 fucking years that will milk you drier than you've ever been motherfucking milked. And I believe every non-American in here can agree with that. I, for example, have a deep-seated hatred towards the administration of my government, a completely corrupt, unelected, murderous government. If I was being invaded by Americans, I would become the greatest fucking Vucic supporter. Sinister. I am turning full patriotism mode immediately, okay? Because no matter how filthy, shit-ridden, and blood-ridden the boot of my dictator might be, it will always taste better than an American boot. With all due respect to you guys, of course. And I think every self-respecting human being needs to have that particular attitude.
I get home from a day.
Wait. I'm gonna, like, when it comes to them hitting that building and probably not killing their designated target, it's very much a this moment. Wait, let me show you. You know who I'm gonna whip out now. This show's like favorite. I'm low-key obsessed with this man.
Have you ever killed anybody?
Yeah, this one. Listen to this one, okay? This is literally the same scenario, probably. Listen.
Have you ever killed anybody? No, thank God. My children asked me that. And I told them very proudly that I have never taken any action that resulted in the death of another human being.
There's one kind of half exception.
And I think about this all the time. In 1993, I guess it was, I was sitting in the morning meeting.
Listen.
I told you earlier that every unit meets every day at 9 o'clock, and you just talk about what happened in the country that you cover overnight. I was in the morning meeting, and the secretary came in, and she said, "John, General Powell is on the phone for you. Call him Powell." I said, "General Powell? How does he know who I am?" And she
said, "I don't know, but he asked for you by name."
My boss is like, "Well, go answer the phone." So I went to my desk, and I said, "Good morning, General Powell. This is John Kiriakou." And he says,
"John, if the Iraqis were going to kill the president, who would actually be in charge of that operation?"
And I said, "Well, if you're talking about the attempt to kill President Bush, George H.W. Bush, he had been visiting Kuwait." I said, "Kuwait operations are run from the Iraqi intelligence service's Basra station. But Basra station is headed by Sabr Abdulaziz Adori, the director of the Iraqi intelligence service."
He says, "Where does he sit?"
I said, "Baghdad."
"Where exactly in Baghdad?"
I said, "If you hold on a second, I'll look up the address." So I looked it up. I gave him the address. He said,
Says, "Thank you," and he hangs up the phone.
I go back in the meeting. They were like, "What do you want?" I said, "He wanted to know about Sabr Adori and the attempt to kill President Bush." I'm like, "Okay."
8 hours later, we fired 47 cruise missiles into Iraqi intelligence service headquarters.
But by then it was the middle of the night in Baghdad.
And we killed the janitor.
So, when I was referencing to this, you see why I was referencing to this, and apparently them not having killed the Ayatollah or the president, okay?
Open, people can move to wherever they want. They shouldn't panic. They shouldn't try to stockpile on provisions because there is enough of that in supermarkets. The banks are still working, that the government institutions will continue to work. But at the same time, measures are taken. The air defenses are in action, and it is a state of war. Obviously, the country is not pulling any punches this time around, and the government is saying that this will be a different reaction, a different campaign than to whatever we have seen before. Strikes against American targets and Israeli targets across the region. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard talking about at least 200 soldiers killed or wounded in military bases across the region. 14 of those bases have been hit, and also new waves of drones and airstrikes by missiles on targets in Israel specifically.
Okay, thank you so much for all of that, Mohammed Val, for us in Tehran.
If you want to see the exact moment the base in Bahrain was fucking annihilated, it's crazy that the people recording it are also Americans. The coincidence is wild. Imagine if they were also there during 9/11. Wake up, Joe Biden, 9/11. Missiles currently being intercepted over Tel Aviv. Oh my God. Okay. Red 40 schoolgirls more, unfortunately. At this point, it's all but confirmed.
Now, and Ross, can you just talk us through how Trump's justification for this war is actually being digested there today, as I guess everyone's now woken up to this news?
Well, the condemnation and the praise is falling.
I mean, I love. I hope MAGA feels, I hope their bet now looks very rational. I mean, Iran wants war. Look how close they put their bases to our military bases. I love this one. I love this one by Freda. Absolute classics. A live multicam. This is Tel Aviv. Tel Avivi? Israel and US attack Iran non-stop multicam stream. Man, we live the 21st century is absolutely fucking insane. Holy fucking shit. Okay, we'll be paying attention to it. Producer, please pay attention to this multicam in case some stuff starts going boom bala. We should be faster than Al Jazeera.
For their part, congressional Democrats are condemning the attack, saying that
Ukraine Foreign Ministry says the attacks against Iran is to blame Iran. Like, yes, but Ukraine and Iran are literal enemies. Like, they are actual war enemies. So the hatred there is relatively understandable, There's been, it's still funny. I mean, yes, when it comes to, because like the arguments that the Russian Federation is used to invade Ukraine are almost identical to the ones the Americans are using to invade Iran. But one thing you learn with age and doing this for a while is that there is that plate carrier real? This is a very real plate carrier, but I don't have a plate inside of it because I don't want to die of heat here. It's very real. The firearm is not real though. TOS, it's not real. Don't fucking ban me, motherfucker. What did I want to say? I forgot. But yeah, as you grow older, you realize, hey man, there's like actual arguments of starting a war don't real matter, bruv. TOS. What is TOS? It's not TOS. It's not TOS. It's not real. It's a toy. It's a toy. Mike will join us in 30 minutes. Okay. Stigmata do plenty. Thank you very much. You understand that international law is basically Santa Claus for adults. You understand that in a unipolar world, nobody can be policed unless the only unipolar power wants to police them. You understand that might makes right, and you understand that we are all living in America unless your country has nukes. Then you have some semblance of goddamn sovereignty. That's it. Hvala Đokula sestro. Kako si sestra moja? Subscribing because Hassan went live early, took away small early streamer viewers. Right? Fucking evil Hassan. I am beefing with Hassan, even though now mentioning it, him might lead to people going to watch him. But low-key, like, what the fuck? Like, we have this block, like this one block for like 3-4 hours. And this motherfucker, Turkish behavior, Janissary shit. Okay, Mike, the second biggest streamer on, political streamer on the internet. Mike does the opposite. You see, Mike even, can you believe it? When Mike took, like, he started streaming during the weekend. I used to, like, always stream during the weekend. Mike reached out. That's how fucking, no joke. Like, he's very collegial. He reached out and he's like, yo, bro, sorry that I'm, like, encroaching on your shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't own the weekend? What the fuck? Like, low-key, like, Mike autism moment. Like, what the fuck? But, like, I'm still saying that it's very good. Like, the fact that he thought of that, etc., etc. was very nice. That's very, 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 very collegial and very, very nice. But the Turks, the goddamn Turks, they don't want that. They want everything, okay? A nice Greek boy like Mike can't have anything. A nice Slav boy like me, I can't have anything. And it's not just any Turk. It's a literal Janissary. It's a literal Janissary. Have you seen Hassan? Have you seen the average Turk? No, that's a Janissary blood right there, okay? That's fucking 80% Serbian, 20% Bosnian right there, okay? Thank you, Zalaquin. Thank you very much for the Subarino.
Noor Aday is joining us from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. And Noor, does that basically mean that communities are under lockdown now?
Cheers.
Well, effectively, Tom, let's just remember that Palestinians in their daily life under occupation have to maneuver through over 1,000 Israeli military checkpoints and gates. Once those gates are closed and the checkpoints are closed, Palestinians are under lockdown. They understand that reality very well, and that's why as soon as Israel announced that it is launching war on Iran, they took to the supermarkets and to gas stations to stock up as much as they can on supplies. Let's just also remember that there is a deep economic crisis here, so people are short on cash. They stocked up as much as they could, even though the Palestinian government and local authorities here assured them there is enough food stocked in each district, in each city, for the residents there to survive a lockdown for a few weeks. In any case, the Palestinians here have no shelters, no public shelters. They have no way of knowing what is happening, save for the sirens going off throughout the day from nearby illegal Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank, and that's when they know something is in the air. Several incidents of shrapnel, large pieces of missiles falling on Palestinian land in the occupied West Bank have been documented.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is this person? Everybody's telling me that I should care about who this person is. The U.S. arming Taiwan is the equivalent of Hitler. No, I know Eric. Eric is a friend of the show. Equivalent of Hitler arming Robert E. Lee while he's posted up in the breakaway state of South Florida. The ROC ethnically cleansed the indigenous population with CIA support. There's no room for ambiguity here. Absolutely. What this progressive lady is saying the opposite. Kat Abduzaleh. Supposed to respond to a controversy. Let's hear the controversy response.
Today, reporting revealed an email sent by someone on my staff detailing my foreign policy. The answer surprised a lot of people, including myself. I want to be really clear. I did not know of that email's existence, and I would not have approved the language in said email. I was also not aware of
Apparently sirens are playing in Tel Aviv.
Certain aspects of this individual's background, and they are no longer email. Militarily intervene in Venezuela, Canada, Greenland, main foreign policy. I've been endorsed by Peace Action, the largest grassroots peace network in the world, and I firmly denounce Trump's moves to militarily intervene in Venezuela, Canada, Greenland, Iran, and elsewhere. Before I get into any other specifics, I want to add an initial caveat, and that's...
She's a Palestinian, by the way. She's an American. Before she is Palestinian, by the way.
That military intervention is an absolute last resort. We need to lead with diplomacy. We shouldn't force regime change. And especially post-Trump, we need humane foreign policy. Now, my leading principle in international affairs is the right to self-determination. When it comes to Ukraine, I believe we should continue arming the Ukrainian people. Wars of aggression are illegal. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is a war of aggression. That is an international crime.
Okay, classic opinion, okay.
Putin is a despot. Groups should adhere to the one China policy on the ground. Similarly, I believe that politically we should adhere to the one China policy. But we should also eliminate strategic ambiguity when it comes to aiding Taiwan so that way it can defend itself without putting U.S. boots on Taiwanese soil. The last thing any of us want is a war with China. This is an effort.
Why are you relevant? Why is America relevant to Taiwan? Why is America supposed to do anything in this particular situation? Why do you need to wipe everybody, like put your fucking ass in every scenario that does not concern you? That is imperialist thinking, by the way.
To make sure that doesn't happen. So that way we can make time to work towards diplomatic solutions. We need to
Yeah, no, fuck you. I don't care about you in the conversation. Why should the Americans be in a conversation between the Chinese and the Chinese? Who the fuck asked you? Who the fuck are you, bro?
Invest in those diplomatic solutions.
That is the one-China policy. It is strategic ambiguity. Absolutely, my friend.
Not just between China and Taiwan, but the U.S. and China as well. We live in a globalized world. We need to work towards being partners with China in trade and innovation. But that's only possible through diplomatic solutions and international law. I know these are
Yes, but international law that also applies to America, I hope, yes?
all
Thank you, Frank. Welcome to the community, baby.
controversial subjects, but self-determination is necessary.
Running for a district seat in Illinois, why the fuck do you have foreign policy opinions in any of this?
In a democratic, globalized world. And that is true whether it's Taiwan, Ukraine, Palestine, or anywhere else. Invasion and aggression cannot be tolerated. The other
Now
caveat
say your opinion about Iran, eh? I wonder what that would be. Okay, whatever, yes. Lived up a classic American that is... we like to joke here about Americans. When you talk to an American when it comes to their policy, some very often say, I'm socially liberal but economically conservative. When it comes to most Americans that are like even progressive, we like to say they are economically progressive, socially progressive, and literal Hitler number 785 when it comes to foreign policy.
They're saying that if Iran...
they're pretty nice other than them being Hitler when it comes to their perception of other countries.
If Iranian cities will be insecure...
Now you can go 60% Hitler, 70% Hitler, 80% Hitler. I am liberal Hitler.
If the U.S. bases in these come under attack...
No, I mean, she's not good, she's not bad. She's like a fucking classic NPC human being. Herder, freshman year of political science. Hot takes that aren't even lukewarm. Like this is 90% of the people that I study political science with. Like this, like completely irrelevant. But maybe people are disappointed because they expected her to have like a higher level of political, gramotnost.
By the United States. And while there's ongoing debate that these are neighboring countries...
Literacy, that's a Latin.
That there are many close allies of Iran. What Iran has said all along is that as long as there's U.S. cooperation, as long as there's connection with the United States...
I was born in Taiwan and I want either to reunify or if we can't have that, then status quo. She wants to make Taiwan a powder keg. Yep, I agree.
Even if there isn't any direct attack being launched from bases here in the GCC, what Iran says is from their point of view, these are all fair targets if Iran is attacked, and Iran has been attacked. And so far, the retaliation we've seen in just one day has been very widespread. And if it carries on, then it is certainly concerning for the security of these cities, of these Gulf countries, what happens in coming days and weeks.
And for the millions of people that live in these cities as well. This is very different from obviously what happened last June, which was somewhat contained and over relatively quickly. Can you just give us a bit of an idea, a sense of just how different it feels this time around?
Well, if memory serves us correctly, we were here for that attack. When they targeted Al-Udeid, it was relatively choreographed. In the days after, it was clear that Iran did not want to escalate. And the United States knew that Iran would need to retaliate. It was almost choreographed with Washington, and it was almost choreographed with Qatar at the time. And those interceptions happened. There was about a dozen different missiles that Iran fired, all targeting Al-Udeid Air Base. It was a dramatic moment, but it lasted about an hour or so. And it was over and announced publicly as over by all sides, the US, Qatar, and Iran. All came out and said, we've done what we had to. There were complaints back and forth. There was diplomatic statements back and forth. Qatar said that we reserve the right to respond, that this isn't right. There was political support given by regional partners. It was all political theater on the international stage, and it was over within an hour or two. This is something different. Then it was all about not escalating. Right now, we are in the center of the escalation everyone was trying to avoid. We've seen these ongoing attacks since this morning. This is not choreographed. This defensive fire is happening in reaction to Iranian attacks that are consistent and trying to target Al-Udeid. There's a clear, desperate attempt to try to hit Al-Udeid.
Okay, now the ownership of Al Jazeera is really showing. I told you, Al Jazeera is a pretty decent news source, but when it comes to anything concerning Doha, they are very, very, very fucking,
as often as possible.
They kind of have the ability to make it all about themselves. Like, dude, okay.
CENTCOM headquarters, the largest U.S. base in the region, is of course based here in Doha, Qatar. And throughout the day, there have been a number of attacks on several cities and countries in the region. But I think it's safe to say that Qatar has seen the highest number of potential Iranian strikes.
Defensive action, why are they based there? It's an American base. No, absolutely. But this is what Qatar does every fucking time when it's in this situation. Like, it wants all the positives of getting Yankee money for hosting an entire base and getting, American favors for allowing them to host a base of that size. But it doesn't want any of the potential fallout of hosting said base. Also, it is showing its the imperial dog, as Mao like to say, status by calling this a direct attack on Doha proper. To an extent, one could argue from an Iranian perspective, if we really want to go down that direction, is that by currently, during a war, by hosting a base of their military enemy, during a time of war, that can be seen as an act of aggression, and therefore an adequate military target. But again, I am engaging in rhetoric that is completely irrelevant, okay? All of this legislative mambo-jumbo is fucking masturbation.
And the highest number of interceptions.
The U.S. bases in the region would be targets in the event of an American or Israeli or joint American-Israeli attack. Now, the Gulf countries could go one of two ways, at least two ways, right? They could either acquiesce to Iranian demands to put pressure on the United States to basically end this war, or they could do kind of the opposite of that, which is turn to the United States and say, here, you can use our bases to launch attacks on Iran. And let's remind everyone that to date, these countries have been consistent in saying that they do not want the United States to use their bases to attack Iran. So,
which, by the way, this is also political mambo jumbo. The fact that you're not flying a plane from that base, or the fact that you are not literally flying a rocket from that base, does not mean that aspects of that base's logistics are not being utilized for strikes inside of Iran proper, right?
Dialogue is...
Gabriel War got y'all. What is it good for? Yesterday we had a drinking stream. You fucking missed it. It was so good, Gabriel. And it was literally called World War III drinking stream. And guess what fucking happens today, okay?
Optimal.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, United States, Hillary Clinton, Epstein, corpses of gusanos, the Cuban state.
And certainly the Trump administration has said that they would like to have some sort of an...
I quit drinking 3 months ago. You don't have to actually drink to be at a party, goddammit.
Off-ramp or a moment to resume negotiations, ideally having signaled that their military threat is credible.
Sorry, Gusan X, okay? Guys, we got to be very careful. Now we have all the genders confirmed. There's all the dead guys, we can't ask them their gender, though. So, yes, they are Gusan X until confirmed what their pronouns are, okay? Be respectful to the fallen Gusan X revolutionaries.
And that they can get back to negotiating over nuclear weapons or whatever the exact goal the Trump administration decides on. The second one, I think, is going to be that...
We do it after Ramadan, of course, my friend.
Gulf countries simply can't be threatened or pushed around in this way. And these are proud countries. These are...
Cuphead, send me the image, my friend, of what you used last time for start off a meme on Twitter. It was really funny. The one with the Fallout character and the they them joke. That shit was fire. And I'm really glad you posted it, because I think I wouldn't get away with, be able to get away with doing they them joke that's that direct. There we go. This one. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, my friend. I don't know where I can't link it like this. It's actually very funny, in my opinion, but maybe I'm like my ops non-binary, the way they think they them. My ops non-binary, the way they think. The way they think they them. I actually laughed out loud. Government, big shout out to the producer for this one.
People like Netanyahu and Trump, people who engage in genocide. So the hope that Iranians have is that the neighbors understand why this is happening, and the hope that they have is that they would stop doing things that would hurt bilateral relations.
I want to bring in Rosalind Jordan once again, who is in Washington, D.C. for us. Ros, can you just give us an idea if this message is getting through to the Trump administration? So many of its allies, whether they are in the Gulf region or in Europe, are calling for this to end and dialogue to begin again. Is there any sign that Donald Trump is actually going to listen to that, though?
It's not clear whether the Trump administration cares about what people are saying, allies, whether in the Middle East or in Europe. It'll be very interesting to see what happens later on Saturday when the UN Security Council convenes an emergency meeting at the request of, among others, Russia, a country with which Donald Trump has tried to pursue closer relations since his return to office just about 15 months ago. This is a situation where the foreign minister from Oman has expressed dismay that even though he said diplomacy was working, that the U.S. and Iran were very close to signing a deal that addressed Iran's nuclear ambitions.
This is very classic U.S. This is a very classic U.S. strategy. They always usually attack during negotiation periods. It's very art of war coded. It's smart. But I can't believe they hit the fucking school, man. Israel, because that would the only group that would play well for would be the Israelis, because this would allow for greater and greater spiraling. This would limit the reach that the Americans have towards domestic anti-state actors in Iran proper. Because, sure, you might hate the government to such an extent that you might even like the taste of a foreign boot, but when they blow up 50 school girls, there's no way you're gonna go for them, which then, elongates the conflict, elongates the war, leads the Americans into utilizing more and more and more military might, which then escalates and escalates and escalates. And who would like this to escalate to a point in which, we Libya Iran, as they say, only the Israelis realistically. But that's just a theory, a game theory. Most likely it's a mistake, but hey. Pandas, what do you think about all of this, my Iranian friend, and one of the smartest people I know? It's kind of a stupid question. What can you think? War bad. What the fuck? Why? You read the DC General? The what, my friend? Are decades happening yet? They've always been happening. We just we've had a cloth over our eye, put over our eyes by the nothing ever happens guy. Crimson Tinted, thank you very much.
Thank
you for the gift. We are reaching the first hour. I call upon all my beautiful chatters to subscribe. Today we will not gamba, because it would be in poor taste to gamba on such a day. But I call for Western taxpayers to pay their taxes so that we can reach the target. And I call for rest of taxpayers to pay their taxes so that we can make fun of Westerners for not paying anything while starting wars. And this is the last Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But you know, when you sneeze, it means you speak the truth. And also, this is the last. I mean, I doubt that we will have Oilers that are that kind. But this is the last day chance for us to reach our monthly goal. Bless you. Yes, it was for a blessing. The death toll of the school attack is up to 85. Oh my God. No, I just sneeze all the time. It's like 18 degrees Celsius in this room. I have to make it extremely cold in order for me to be able to... I have to make it extremely cold so that I can stream with a mask. It's very annoying. Crimson! And we have our first proud Western taxpayer. Goddamn, man. You came in with that fucking tenor, bro. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, Crimson. Everybody say thank you, Crimson. Thank you for giving us all that beautiful oil, okay? That thick Iranian oil. Thank you, Cyborg, for the 2 gifts as well as always. Thank you very much. Netanyahu sets 4 conditions for Iran nuclear deal.
Netanyahu sets 4 conditions for Iran nuclear deal. Netanyahu demands full dismantling of Iran's nuclear infrastructure in any future agreement. He outlines a long-term plan to phase out US military aid to Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has laid out 4 conditions he says must be met for any future nuclear agreement between the United States and Iran, while also signaling a plan to gradually end US military aid to Israel. His remarks came Sunday as Washington and Tehran prepare for a second round of indirect
What the fuck? This, yeah.
talks.
Blah, blah, blah. This is old stuff, yeah. This is from the 16th. Cuphead, what? This is from the 16th, Cuphead. This is funny, though. Whoever knows what this is referencing to. The U.S. is hiding military assets under the Burj Khalifa. Remember? Oh, the people that know what this references to. Fucking legends. Thank you, Schwills. And thank you, Tebaba. Tebabeba. Thank you very much for the 3 months, baby. I love that name, Tebabeba. Fuck, it rolls of the tongue so well. Tebabeba. 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 Oh, more bebas. Ruby Babes. Ruby Babes. Thank you for the 5. Teba Beba Ruby Babes. Teba Beba Ruby Babes. Maybe that should be my new subscription bit. I just read them all out. Operation Epstein Fury. Let's see what the Britoids are saying. The Doha guys just keep making it all about Doha. So let's go to the Brits. They're going to make it all about Britain. Holy shit. I think I listened to this guy. No, I didn't. All white people look the same, maybe. No. I think he was in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv? How the fuck did they transport him to London that quickly? I thought the skies are closed. The skies are closed above Tel Aviv.
They put out a statement earlier saying that it had to end and that it breached UN regulations, but they'll discuss that within the round of the Security Council at 4 Eastern tonight.
Call of Duty 67,
we'll come to the sheds in a second. I just want to talk about the targets in Iran because there's a real fog around what has been hit today. But the IDF did put out a statement saying they were putting down strikes on air defences, which they depleted last summer, but more of that today in the west of the country.
Yeah, the of an air campaign, it's
suppression.
It's suppression, exactly. There is also intelligence to suggest that the F-22 Raptors That is the most.
Which were moved to Israel last week, only last week.
Well, yes, exactly. Yes. 12 set off from RAF Lakenheath, 1 turned back because of an unserviceability fault, so there were 13. The idea is basically to have 24 of those, and I wouldn't be surprised if.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard tells ships passage through Strait of Hormuz not allowed. EU naval mission official says. An official from the European Union's naval mission, Aspides, said on Saturday the vessels have been receiving VHF transmissions from Iran's Revolutionary Guard saying no ship is allowed to pass the Strait of Hormuz. Holy shit, guys, it's actually fucking starting. Oh my God. The strait is the world's most vital oil export route, which connects the biggest Gulf oil producers, such as Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and the United Arab Emirates, with the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. If they pair this with the Houthis closing their sea lines, we could have a very, 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 very strong opposition here. The official who spoke to Reuters on conditions of anonymity said Iran had not formally confirmed any such order. Tehran has for years threatened to block the narrow waterway in retaliation for any attack on the Islamic Republic. Fuck it. I mean, everything's going to cost like 20% more, but do it. Fuck it. I mean, do it. Do it. You gotta put your money where your mouth is, motherfucker. And no, I'm not just talking to chatters that aren't paying for their subs. I'm talking to Tehran. Yeah, this is the classic version of the meme. Yeah. WTI crude oil was up 3% over $67 this morning. Yeah, I saw some of my shit. Went pretty interesting.
That swarming, that volume tactic, and there are singleton Shahed 136s getting through, then that's a serious.
What do you think the chances are of China or Russia getting involved financially, and when it comes to military? What the fuck? Jesus, my brain. When it comes to sending military equipment, they will get involved. More than that, they will not.
If they start going after the Shahed. So, I mean, that's a big vulnerability.
We don't know what hit the Palm Jumeirah, but it's possible we've seen a similar thing in Dubai in the last few hours, and we're looking at that explosion in Dubai, and we'll bring you some of that as and when we have it.
I think we've got unverified footage here, yeah.
Oh, there you go. So it is actually a Shahed, another Shahed.
It zooms in right at the last minute. But
there you go. Look.
Yeah, I mean, that's
similar picture to what we had in Bahrain.
Yeah, it's not a ballistic missile. It's travelling. I mean, it is a Shahed.
Right, and to be clear to everybody out there, they mass produce these. They supply them to Russia. So there is an incredible arsenal of these.
Well, they actually gave what they did. The Iranians gave the blueprint for the Shahed 136.
Let's go ahead and bring in our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, who is now in Tel Aviv. And Ian, I know you've been tracking this with us all morning long. You are now in one of those bomb shelters there as those air sirens have been going off. What's the latest on the ground? What can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, the air raid siren is barely stopping. I mean, we're getting every few minutes now a new siren. That's why we've decided to come in here. Otherwise, it's just not safe to be outside. And that is the situation for everyone across the country.
Oh, no, we're all sad about that, Chad, right? We're all so concerned for the citizens of Tel Aviv. We are so incredibly, incredibly concerned.
At the moment, we were woken at 8 o'clock in the morning by one of those emergency alerts that you get on your phone. You have a similar system in the US, where you get alerts for weather or if there's a missing child. Similar sounding alert, but the message was very clear. Israel has launched an attack against Iran. A state of emergency has been put into place in the country. The people were instructed to listen to Home Front Command, which is the body here that tells people when there are alerts, where to take shelter, and keeps them updated on the latest information, and also to warn that they should expect Iranian retaliation in the form of missiles and drones And that retaliation has been going on all day long. Now, Israel has a very sophisticated air defense system. It's not just the Iron Dome. There's a whole layer upon layer of different systems calculated to intercept different kinds of munitions. Plus, you have the support of the US, which also has some very advanced air defense systems, and those have been put into place in the other countries around the region. The Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, also making a statement which, not as long as President Trump's, but pretty much the same kind of sentiment, that Israel couldn't continue to live with what they saw as the threat, the emerging.
How's Hakim doing? Is he okay? He's Iraqi, not Iranian, my friend. He's okay. He's okay. I checked on him. We talked this morning.
Threat from Iran, and they needed to act now before.
Literally, I wake up to Hakim writing. Let me quote it. Let me open it right now. True Promise 4 announced. That's it. That's it. With like, let me paste it on the screen for you guys. He wrote this. True Promise 4 announced, which is the name of the Iranian retaliation. And I replied by saying, I heard it's going to be better than True Promise 3. It's already 8 out of 10 on War IMBD. and he replies, what you can't expect much from Iranians. You know, very classic Iraqi perspective on an Iranian. But yes.
It was too late. It's not a new argument. It's an argument that's been used on previous occasions when we've seen previous military action against Iran, but nothing.
Like Libya, there's no active civil war against the regime. The attack 8 months ago pointed to a deep issue of infiltration within the IRGC. To an extent, to another extent, like it turns out they did hit their nuclear facilities, and they did, to an extent, make sure that when they invade 6 months later, as they are doing now, Iran would not have developed their nuclear capacity. It's insane what the Mossad and CIA were able to pull off, and from an analyst standpoint, it was quite impressive. I think hopefully they played their hand too early, though. The mass protests never materialized. I agree, and they were forced to go back to the negotiating table. And now they shot 85 motherfucking kids, dude. They blew up 85 schoolgirls, which is
Nothing comes close to what it is we are now witnessing. This is certainly ambitious. What we're talking about here is regime change. When the president urges the Iranian people to rise up, when you go after the very top echelons of Iran's leadership, that's only designed to do one thing, and that is an incredibly ambitious thing to try and do from the air. Remember what the invasion of Iraq was like back in
So casually talking about starting a fucking war. So incredibly bloody fucking casual about it. We all get our panties in a twist and we lose our fucking mind when there is even a conversation about a conversation about a conversation of a non-Western state using their military capacity to enact their interests upon another state. But when they do it, it's like wiping your ass in the morning. And
US-Israeli action. The Pentagon say that they are now reviewing the incident with dozens and dozens of schoolgirls reportedly killed there. So we're already seeing in these early stages the formation of what's likely to be a protracted.
I see your 85 and raise you with 30,000 Iranians killed by their own dictator. Okay, 750,000 Americans or more dead because of inadequate COVID restrictions. Authoritarian state allows for plague to spread through the Northern American continent. Does that mean we get to bomb Washington, D.C.? Like, what is your fucking argument, okay? There is a vast contrast between every people's right to determine who the fuck is supposed to govern them and using the fact that, you know what, I'm not going to make this argument for the 700th fucking time. I just will not.
Hello, I'm Marianne Mashiri. You're watching BBC News with live coverage of our breaking news this hour. The United States and Israel have launched airstrikes across Iran. President Trump says the US and Israel have launched what he called major combat operations. Mr. Trump says the objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. He says Iran can never have a nuclear weapon, and he accuses the Republic of trying to rebuild its nuclear program. The president has also said there may be American casualties as a result of this operation, which has been dubbed Epic Fury by the Pentagon.
EPSTEIN Fury. Shadowrunner, thank you. New Sand War, what a time to be alive. Dude, the memes have been 10 out of 10, dude. Being a Russian ally equals nothing. Being an American ally equals you will be bombed on behalf of America. Ay, 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 ay. Some of the shit on X is crazy. Look at this shit. I love how the Kid Starver thinks we give a shit. Fucking Tony Blair. Tony Blair, but with a smaller dick.
Earlier this morning,
which is already impossibly small.
The United States and Israel struck targets in Iran. Iran has since launched indiscriminate strikes.
Indiscriminate strikes. Fuck you!
Across the region. I know the British people and communities across our country will be deeply concerned about what this means for security and stability and for the fate of innocent people across the region, which for so many of us includes friends and family members. So whilst the situation is evolving very quickly, I want to set out our response. The United Kingdom played...
Thank you, Toasty, for everything you've done for us. Thank you very much.
...no role in these...
Mike, you know how Mike is with timing. I'm waiting for him. He'll reach out and he'll come on.
...strikes. But we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent. They have murdered...
Actually, why am I listening to this fucking janitor? Why is this janitor's opinion? He can't even govern his own state. He's giving hot takes on the fucking Ayatollah. Like, my man, next. Why am I doing this to myself in general? Asking for the Labour Party fucking leader's opinion on this. Oh, yeah, it's so funny. Man, and I can't show you anything from Twitter because I don't know whether it's fake or not. It's so annoying.
Effect regime change along the lines that I discussed earlier,
finally.
Then we're really up to a major regional war with Iran having a good number of assets at its disposal to use, probably destabilizing a good number of its neighbors. And I think that's going to go on. Now, whether the United States will succeed to decapitate the regime and allow for something better, I certainly doubt that, because I think at best the scenario would be something that looks like a civil war. Not because, as one of your previous guests said, the Iranian regime cannot be changed ever, just because I think it is.
20%. It's basically like, it's very interesting drink. It's like a medieval, what you call it? It's mead. It's basically like old school honeyed mead. It tastes like tea that has a lot of honey in it, and you basically cannot feel the alcohol. It's a great winter drink. I quite enjoy it. I've rediscovered it, but you shouldn't have more than a glass because you probably will have a massive headache because there's a lot of sugar in this, so it's not a quantity drinking type of drink. Čito Medovača. Pojma nemam. Podrum pevac. Pevac su do jaja, druže. Pevac su vrh. Ja ovde nemam, jebi ga, i mi nosi iz Srbije kad idu drugari.
Is quite entrenched with some serious organization of security forces.
Well, you tried
and
it.
If the Iranian people, as Trump urged to do, turn against the regime, we're going to see a full-fledged civil war. That would be the ultimate tragedy.
Indeed. Marwan, as always, we really do appreciate your insight. We'll leave it there for the moment. Marwan Bashara, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst. With Hoda Sadi is in Tehran and has been reporting from the ground where ongoing strikes are shaking the Iranian capital.
I'm right now in the Iranian capital's downtown. As you can hear, sounds of massive explosion are being heard after its initiation of a campaign of strikes by the American and Israelis hostile neighborhood.
What the fuck are these crazy people doing on the street, Bulyat? Once again, thank you, Toasty. Thank you.
Is one of
Are they fucking insane? There's full traffic.
the most
Man, just Persian shit, bro. Work. No, what? Gotta go to work. Gotta do that 9 to 5, brother. Gotta go do that 9 to 5, brother.
important political.
You know that the extremely depressing fact that if bombs started falling on you, or if a doctor told you have a debilitating or a disease that will kill you in a month, probably the first thing that's going to go through your mind is, fuck, how do I go to work tomorrow? That's probably going to be the first thing. It's not going to be like, how do I tell my mom, or how do I tell my kids, or how do I tell my partner, or man, this low-key kind of sucks. You'll probably think of, fuck, work tomorrow. Shit. That is alienation, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs. And it's the name of the game.
Areas in Iran has been for several times targeted alongside with other military areas that are reportedly targeted as well. And that doesn't stop there, as we know that there are other places across the country, other cities that have been also targeted. This is not the first time that Iranians are facing a confrontation, specifically back in...
I mean, I can see it. They are low-key not giving a fuck. What? Persians built different, man. For me, it'd be, hell yeah, no work tomorrow, because why the hell would I care about it at this point? Yeah. We did the same in the north of Ireland during the Troubles, and I'm sure you guys did in the 90s too. Just keep trucking. I remember bomb squads and armored cars outside, thinking, damn, I'm going to be late for school. Yes. I mean, I showed it to you guys, the Moses done and pushes Clinton. Like the Clinton, you can suck her dick. Like, people would just go out to have some fucking coffee. Well, the was going up. My grandpa, like, never, ever, not a single time did he go into a bomb shelter. He was like, I am not letting them win. They are winning morally if I go into a bomb shelter. We're like, no, Grandpa, no, they're not. They're winning when you are a piece of, discombobulated meat. Please come to the fucking basement.
June, when the country was in the middle of negotiations and a campaign of strikes by the Americans and Israelis targeted not just nuclear facilities and nuclear scientists and not just the military headquarters, but actually the civilian infrastructures, living fatalities. And right now, as we speak to people, there is a lot of concern regarding the possibility of escalation, not just here in the capital, but also across the country. And now this is a very critical situation, because what we are hearing from the Iranian side is that there are going to be a crushing response ahead when it comes to actually preparations of the military response from Tehran side. This is a developing story, and we are closely following to see what comes next. And still, I can hear sounds of explosion here in the downtown.
Saudi Arabia has confirmed it was also targeted by Iran. The government has released a statement. It says the kingdom rejects and condemns in the strongest terms the blatant and cowardly Iranian attacks that targeted...
Oh my God! Okay, Saudi Arabia, and we express a rejection of your condemnation on the basis of you being an imperialist running dog of America that basically acts like a mafia state that sometimes does, landlordism, but instead of, giving it to the slaves you import on a weekly basis, you also give it to your slave owners, the Americans, to deploy their troops from, okay?
The Riyadh region in the eastern province and were repelled. It goes on to say the attacks cannot be justified under any pretext or in any way, and which came despite the Iranian authorities' knowledge that the kingdom has affirmed that it will not allow its airspace or territory to be used to target Iran. Abdulaziz Al-Gashian is a senior non-resident fellow at the Gulf International Forum. He says the Israeli-US attacks have led to volatile uncertainty.
I really, really like the way he talks. Like, he's one of my favorite journalists.
Is exactly what the Saudi diplomacy and GCC diplomacy has been trying to avoid for years. Nightmare scenario after nightmare scenario has been manifesting before our very eyes. And this is why, unfortunately, the diplomacy has been invested in so much to avoid this. And unfortunately, we have reached this limit. Right.
Yes, I agree with you. God bless you. Why have we reached this limit? Because Orange Mussolini, as one chatter like to say here, diddled a couple of kids, and he doesn't want anybody talking about the kids. And he got diddled by the Supreme Court when it comes to his tariffs. So now he's going to take it out on a sovereign state. And that sovereign state has to react to being invaded by hitting foreign bases. Your government, unfortunately, has sold out to the United States and allowed for those foreign bases to be on your territory. Therefore, they are unfortunately legitimate targets. You need to treat it that way and not see it as an imposition on your sovereignty. And nobody wants to take Saudi Arabia. Actually, like, no joke, I don't think anybody ever would actually want to take Saudi Arabia. What the fuck am I taking, bro? Okay, except the oil, of course. Yeah, they are attacking Mecca. Okay, they are attacking the American installations, not you.
Now, I think the strikes on Iran, which led to the strikes on these Gulf capitals and these Gulf states, is just simply making sure that, or reminding us that of how insecure we are really in the region. And therefore, I think that the condemnation that Saudi Arabia has issued speaks to the fact that I think it has done everything it can, just like what the Qatari statement suggested, that it does everything it can to try to avoid being targeted. It did not facilitate any American, needless to say Israeli, strikes on Iran, yet Iran still decided to strike some of these states and trespass the sovereignty. So we're
okay.
right.
Let's call up someone actually straight from Saudi Arabia. Let me see what he has to say about this. Very, very good Saudi Arabian friend of mine. I can't believe I'm going to have him on. Al-Mikh, they call him. Al-Mikh Al-Central Point Abi, okay? Jeez, did I just do a racism? Let me call up Mike and see what his hot takes on this are, okay? Is this even going to work? Ringing, ringing, ringing. It is ringing. You know, in Mike's home country, Saudi Arabia, the internet is not that good. So it takes a while. Mike from SA. No, that sounds insane. Mike from SA, it sounds crazy.
All right, hold on one sec. Let me make sure my audio is all set up correctly.
Let me check as well. Can you say something?
You know how it goes.
It's not. Say something again, my friend. Say something. No, I don't hear you. Can you hear me? He's not saying something, chat. Don't worry. Abu Mike Al Saud. What the date to celebrate? What, 25th? I'm so sorry, MXG, but happy birthday, my friend. They will always say your birthday was very explosive. Okay, say something. Mike Al Saud.
I'm here.
It's not translating. What the fuck? Wait.
I'm here. What's going on?
No. Wait, on my end. Let me just fix it on my end. One moment. macOS. Do you want to do camera or you don't want to do camera?
Hold on, let me just
put on. No, come on. I want you with hog out. I want you with hog out. Wait, chat.
Let me just turn on something real quick. Good.
Can we hear him? You can hear him, right? You can hear the...
That should work. Oh, we're flipped. What the fuck?
Hey, that's how I feel when I go on yours, man. Flipped is the way, dude. Flipped is the way. Flipped is the way. But wait, you
I fucking hate flipped.
No, I hate myself when I'm not flipped. It looks disgusting. Wait, let me open you up.
Also, now I have this big area that I don't normally show I'm still filling in. There's nothing there on the wall right here. Oh no.
Let's be honest, it's not.
It's a little unbalanced.
It's not you filling it. It's Vio filling it. Let me guess. It's not.
Yeah.
Let's be
true.
realistic about this.
True.
So we have.
True.
We have a
Very
new,
true.
We have a new name for you. Mike is louder. I'll balance him. Wait. Say something, Mike. Just start talking. Start talking to chat, and I'll fix this.
I am the most accurate political commentator in the entire United States of America, which leaves space for Yugopnik to be the biggest in the entire world.
No, I am the best one outside of the United States of America. Okay, we can separate our territories, my friend. It is fine.
Beautiful, beautiful language. I mean, this has just been kind of like, our vindication. I'm not trying to make it me as the sole credit taker here, but like vindication for left-wing analysis of so many things. Like, it's not just one area where we're being proven right. It's a confluence of factors, whether it's electorally, whether it is geopolitically, whether it is economically, whether it is culturally, so many factors we're being definitively proven correct. And, one of those things I was proven correct with was being very skeptical of Kat Abou-Ghazaleh for Congress. I wanted to like her. Like, I wanted to be like a big advocate for her. But then I saw her campaign manager back last July promoting the idea that globalized intifada is like anti-Semitism and trying to there was a smear that was done towards Zohran Mamdani near the end of his campaign because he wouldn't condemn the protesters who said that as anti-Semitic. He refused to do that. And so there was a bunch of these so-called progressive left, who were spreading this as oh my God, he's making Jews feel unsafe. You need to vote for Brad Lander instead because, you get all the same policies, plus he's not anti-Semitic. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And, it's because Brad Lander is a liberal Zionist. So and when I saw that coming from her campaign, I was like, why the fuck are you doing that? Why is your campaign involved? And so at that point, I kind of took a step back and said, okay, this is not a left-wing campaign. And it looks like that's borne out because of her foreign policy, which is fucking terrible.
I saw
and her statement did not make it look better.
Yeah, I saw her making
sorry,
the
folks.
No. I saw her making the rounds everywhere. And honestly, I did not even know who it is, obviously, because I'm not from the States and I'm not as involved in that particular niche category of, political figures that you cover very well. But the TLDR was, just a very classic, freshman political science kid type of hot takes on foreign policy that one would expect better from somebody that defines themselves as an anti-imperialist, even though she, to an extent, everything she said was basically
there's nothing about what she said is anti-imperialist outside of being against Israel, which is that's just humanity. That's not anti-imperialist politics. That's just human politics. But then to go on and be like, America is a good force in the world. America should interfere in Taiwan. And she has a position that was to the right of Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Like it's actually and like I as much as I want to propagandize for people and help them out, you can't say I think we should do a proxy war against China using Taiwan and be like, but I'm anti-war. What?
And to immediately like imply that the United States has to be on every single negotiating table and to just organically again imply that, you know, it's the world's police, as if that's not something that in on itself should also be criticized, is fucking insane. But let's talk Iran war. How big do you think this this thing's gonna get, my friend? How did you react when you woke up to this shit?
Well, you know, I have family, you know, extended family that are, you know, in Iran, and I think about like the human cost of, I think one of the first things struck was an elementary school with children in it.
At this point, there are like almost 85 children dead. We cannot like confirm it from non-Iranian sources, but yeah. I explained it to myself that Israel has to be involved with that particular strike, or somebody fucked up massively, because this plays in nobody's hand, towards nobody's hand except Israel's perspective. That, you know, the war against Iran needs to be a perpetual one.
I think part of the problem that we have is even people who are socialists and leftists have a video game understanding of war. And they think that it is possible to just do surgical strikes that only attack the bad people. That's propaganda, guys. That is impossible.
Of course. But also
when you are
it's like too perfect
weapons,
as well.
It's
also too perfect. A school with schoolgirls, like, that's, come on, like that right on the first day. That's the only reason I'm commenting on it the way I am, because it's you know, too many red flags there as well. But
you think it could be propagandistically, you know, valuable for the Iranians to lie in the fog of war just to get, you know, people on their side? Like, I get it. You're right. That could be a possibility. But what I am also saying is that if the war continues, they will,
of course,
bomb schools.
Yes, 85 schools.
It is inevitable.
It's just the beginning. That is inevitable. I agree completely. No, I'm just throwing around conspiracies. Like, don't take me too seriously, because we don't have any confirmation. Thank you. Relax for the Prime for the 4 months. By the way, like, I've glazed you up with chat about how respectful you are with let's call it the time slots, the stream time slots that people have. And how the fucking Turk is not. Did you see what he did? This perfect little small fucking time slot that I have. And I see Mike's not online. Honestly, I didn't see, but then I see some of your chatters coming in, and I'm like, that's very nice. Fuck yeah. Like, our communities are extremely compatible. Usually it's a mixture of people jumping between the two streams, etc., etc. Of course, you have more people watching you, but still, there's a constant flow. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have more viewers than usual today. And then I just see that janissary motherfucker just like slowly, his little head appears. And I'm like, cocksucker.
It's just how it goes, man. You know, it's just how it goes, you know. There's always someone who thinks that, you know, they own some sort of time. And I try to avoid that mentality because it only leads you to focusing on the wrong things.
That's schizophrenic.
You focus on what you can't control, you know?
Yes, absolutely. That is actually fucking insane. But still, like, for final glaze, like, Mike at one point was like, you know, you have the weekend thing, but now I'm on my grind session and I'm doing weekends as well. Low-key sorry. I'm like, what the fuck are you apologizing for, you insane old man? But still, that's a very kind thing to do. Just to proactively.
Oh, that's so true. I am very kind.
Consider somebody else's opinion is nice. Okay, I'm stopping with the compliments. Give me one. Come on, give me one. Oh yeah, you don't have one.
Here's the thing about Yugopnik, chat. I think that Yugopnik
don't actually give me one. Now that I've said it.
Oh no, I'm giving you one. Shut the fuck up.
No,
I'm actually explaining something that I like about you, which is okay. I like about Yugopnik that he has truly he's an adult. And if you know streamers, you know that is an extreme compliment. Like, he knows how to keep a schedule. He knows how to be organized. He knows how to, like, be a leader. And that is so fucking rare in the streaming space and in the content creator space. It's like, oh my God, I feel like I found an oasis in the desert, an oasis of adulthood and somebody that is actually a peer and somebody who's, like, God forbid, normal. And so when I watch you, like, hang out with Yugopnik, I'm always like, this guy's got his shit together. Which to me, for a leftist, that's fucking insane. That's the highest compliment you could get.
Thank you. I never consider myself that, but yes, in the context of this community, especially here on Twitch, I guess I am that. But like in normal people spaces, if we want to call it that, it's a very low bar. But in these spaces, I guess it's not.
No, it's a high bar because you already have the talent and the knowledge and the charisma. That's the stuff that's rare in,
now you're
in
overdoing.
the
Now it's
general
awkward.
space.
Now it's actually awkward. Please shut up.
But you
please.
also have. You're also normal.
I'm muting him.
That's where it's rare. That's where it's rare. You know.
I try to be. It's and usually that reflects also in chat, and I noticed that in your chat as well, because there's almost everybody on Twitch, to an extent, including us, the fucking streamers, is going to be relatively terminally online, right? But there are scales to that. I don't know if you've noticed, and with particular streamers, their chats, and usually not in this space, like it's usually in the non-political spaces, etc., etc. Or if it's a political space, arguably the worst ones are like, Osmongol adjacent type of freaks and shit, which apparently are mostly from Europe. What is up with that? I never, what the fuck? Because he's, American.
Can we talk about that? And then we'll talk more about Iran. But let me just say that, Asmongold's viewers, first of all, he bots like crazy. He showed his analytics, and maybe this is different for you, but for me, the vast majority of my viewers are mobile.
Okay.
Right? So when you talk about, the Android plus iOS, that's 60 to 7%.
Sorry, that's the 20 gift sub. Thank you very much, Falf Girl, for the 20.
Okay.
Thank you, XB. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Terminally. Thank you, Relax. Thank you, guys. You're very kind. Very, very, very kind. And I will count.
I feel. By the way, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I think you might have the microphone for your webcam on Discord right now, or maybe I'm insane.
Maybe, but whatever I touch on
quality
the screen
sounds like shit, but I can still understand you.
For you,
fine.
Okay,
but,
my bad. Wait, now let me 1 second. Mac Pro microphone, yes. Rode Podcaster microphone. Now I should be better. Am I better?
Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. Holy shit.
He also has the best microphone. He has the nicest microphones. Please continue.
I was like,
bot is the fuck up. I don't even know how to buy a bot.
His microphone sounds like shit.
I don't ever mean it. I keep calling him an old man, which he isn't. He's very handsome and beautiful and very young and will live until he's 140. But the actual old man here is me. How do you even go to through the process of procuring bots? You just pay a farm out of Sri Lanka or some shit. How does that shit work?
Yes. Oh, I mean, first of all, I've never botted because I don't see the return. First of all, it's wrong against TOS, everything like that. But everyone who's ever truly botted ends up not making much money and not really getting famous from it. And they spend thousands and thousands of dollars of it. And I'm like, what's the fucking point? I only want the number to go up if it's actual people. You know what I mean? I'm doing this so I have a successful stream, not just have a number next to my name
for ego
to impress what other streamers. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, probably the logic is more people tune in to streams that have larger communities, blah blah blah. But
Very true.
Doesn't you can immediately guess based on the speed of chat. Like, if you look at like Candace Owens' streams, which are like the most botted thing in history, or I don't know. I find her extremely interesting to watch. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure they are maybe some of the most popular streams on planet Earth. Sure, but that many people, there's no way that many people even know who Candace Owens is, okay? And when you see that, like, bombastic number, and then chat is literally slower than my chat, you get very, like, come on, red flags everywhere.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and a lot of the... So, if you look at Asmongold's community, it's mostly Europeans, mostly, like, Eastern European America LARPers, which I've noticed a lot of. Why there are so many Europeans that LARP as MAGA conservatives?
Because they want to be accepted by their Western daddy. They love the fucking boot, man. I recently had a tweet.
So they're finding the biggest boot to lick, basically.
Absolutely. I had a tweet. I saw a tweet by Nick Fuentes. Not necessarily a tweet by him, but a clip where he's like talking about Slavs in general. Well, you know, he's just calling them, you know, monkeys, like not actually white, doll, you know, dogs.
Banana peel, yeah.
And like I do a classic quote tweet directed at like de-radicalizing some Slavs that might associate with, you know, Western chauvinism and so on. By basically saying like, guys, you are not on the team. You never were, and, you know, you should be actually proud of that. Asking for their approval is literally janissary behavior. You're just licking Western boots now, right? And when I posted that, the fascinating thing that happened is that it just got, like, hundreds of people, like over 140 people in the comments, out of which at least half completely missed my fucking point. And were a bunch of Slavs that came in there, and not just Slavs, like also a lot of Western guys, that basically just started saying, oh no, we're white. What does this Mexican know about being white? I'm like, oh my God, how do you miss the point so bad, you dumb fuck? It's funny that a Mexican is telling, you know, some of the palest motherfuckers on planet Earth that they're not white, but still, you know, we all know it's a social construct, blah, blah, blah. You're not fucking idiots. But I just love that
Okay,
they
it's a social construct, but I get to say who's white and who's not.
Absolutely.
Okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, that's the deal.
It is. But the scene, the general European scene, and I think it's more even like Central and Western European guys like really living it up in Asmongold's chat and really associating with oh Jesus, and really associating so much with general like internet reactionary slop is very easy to explain. You start hearing the type of shit that Asmongold is putting down, and if you're an American, you know, it riles up, presses all your reactionary buttons, but then you also interact with America. You walk America's streets.
Yeah.
And slowly you start realizing that maybe there isn't like an army of purple-haired lesbians that want to put black women in every single game and through that annihilate Western culture. You get to live the American world and realize that the parallels between what Asmongold is saying is happening on the streets and the reality doesn't exist. What happens for non-Americans that are constantly consuming Asmongold and constantly hearing about how fucking insane it is, like the trans are eating babies, etc., without getting to go to American streets, is they start internalizing it, start believing that it's very true, and there's no, in contrast to Americans, there's no mechanism that will drive them away from this, you know, reactionary conspiracy building, etc., etc. So that's why so many are more, let's say, American reactionary sentiment lobotomized than even some Americans. You know, it's fascinating. At least that's how I have it, because I interact a lot with, you know, Polish motherfuckers, Polish people, like very often. I'm sorry to Poles in chat. And it's
Did you see what is that, Vicegrad, whatever that like Polish motherfucker
Visegrad thing.
on Twitter?
Yeah.
Visegrad. He was like, any American who supports Iran is a traitor or some shit like that.
There you go.
And it's like, you're Polish.
Literally.
Go have a fucking pierogi.
Fucking Slav
Jesus
monkey.
Christ! Like, get the hell out of here.
Go get a banana, Slav monkey. Like now I'm quoting Nick Fuentes literally, but no. Nick Fuentes' joke about, oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. I immediately see a poll in chat immediately. Oh, the cat.
So you may have seen that flicker. The wife and I adopted some cats, and they are exploring. Oh, my desk is being made cat approved as we speak.
You told me that you were thinking about getting 2. Is it 2 or more?
Yeah, it's 2.
Jesus, you're so fucked. Oh my God. No, I mean, it's lovely. I love it. But like jumping from 0 cats to 2 cats and 2 adult cats is wawa.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, my partner always gets what they want. That's how I run the house.
My God, dude. You know Dude. UK planes in the sky in Middle East as part of defensive operation, PM says. British planes are in the sky in the Middle East as well. In a pre-recorded statement, Starmer said protections for British bases and personnel. Okay, but they're not bombing. Okay, Chatter lied to me. I'm sorry. I thought that the British are actually actively participating in.
Of course they are. What? They're fucking cuckolds. What? They don't have. They're America's. They're not even a state. They're just another American territory. That's it. And the Europeans, and I say this with full offensive intent, are puppets. They are puppets of the United States. They don't have their own independent political or foreign policy. They do what we say. We slap them around. We tell them to cut funding for education. They cut funding for education. You know, like it is like the Great Recession happened because of American real estate, destroyed the European economy more than the U.S. economy because we made you do austerity while we didn't.
Yeah.
So like your economy hasn't grown since 2008. We've been taking all sorts of debt and continuing to expand our economy that way through debt finance consumption. You guys are the ones we're borrowing from as you cut back your education and your health care, and now we're forcing you to spend more on the military, I guess, to fight a war in Ukraine. We forced you to, the CIA bombed the Nord Stream pipeline and forced you to buy what? American liquid natural gas. The Europeans are America. So, of course, they're involved in this war. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Protest?
100%. I am a connoisseur of calling the Europeans cucks 24/7, and then whatever potential and very real political alternative you give them that can even be categorized as quote unquote populist and could even win elections, they of course don't look at it because of what in my chat we like to call APAC, not APAC, but APAC. The same way you have Israeli finance is influencing American elections.
Oh, I thought you were making fun of David Pakman.
No, that as well. No.
David Pakman was like, a PAC? I've never heard of it.
No. The American PAC in Europe, which is a very real thing and not talked about enough. You basically just get bought out the second you even start talking about foreign policy. Before we do that, we have a brand new thing from, before we continue, we have a brand new thing from Drop Site News that I want to take your hot takes on as it's very fresh. A senior Iranian official has told Drop Site that Trump's war was anticipated in Tehran and that the country is prepared for a sustained confrontation. I mean, of course you're going to say that they saw it coming, but okay. He said, we had anticipated that unlawful and aggressive attacks by the United States and Israel were far more probable than the acceptance of a fair and effective agreement. For this very reason, the military and political posture of the country had been carefully planned and structured for precisely such circumstances. The assassination or elimination of Iranian political and military officials will have no impact on the continuity and authority of the Iranian system. On the U.S. deception operation, once again, diplomacy has been blah, blah, blah. On regional silence, the failure of countries in the region, especially those hosting American military bases, to condemn the criminal U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran is deeply regrettable. I mean, the only people more cocked than the Europeans are the fucking Gulf states. This is not merely an Iranian matter. It is a matter concerning the entire region. On U.S. troops stationed in Gulf states, he warned, it is certain that American soldiers stationed in the region will not return home alive. Okay, that one is very direct. On the strike that hit a girls' elementary school in Minab in southern Iran, killing 86 people, according to Iranian media. The targeting of civilian infrastructure, such as schools and hospitals in the city of Minab, sends a clear message to all. In this criminal aggression, the attackers recognize no red lines and evidently intend to shed a great deal of the blood of the noble people of our country. Shop site is continuing to track the regional fallout.
I want to say one thing, and it's going to be unpopular, but I think people need to recognize that just because the United States and Israel are unjust doesn't mean they're going to collapse immediately or that they're weak.
Of course.
And this is something that I see a lot of people doing, which is this kind of like witch casting, where because America acted in an unjust manner, there'll be some sort of cosmic response that's going to like necessarily force us to suffer or whatever.
Or even
and that's
cope.
just not how it
or
works.
even cope, or even like massive cope of like what happened didn't actually happen. I do it sometimes. Chad does it. I'm sure even you would like instinctually do it sometimes. But especially with recent military operations, we don't have to mention all of them. Like, you know, I'm looking at a successful American military operation on the screen. I'm reading what was done, and then I look at chat, and all of them were like, this is deeply, like, well, there's no way that happened. There's no way, that type of shit. It's,
What do you mean?
yeah. From the
I mean, the U.S. spends $1 trillion, and that number is really an incomprehensible amount of money, and we have capabilities that require a lot of expense in order to do. The United States spends like basically a wartime amount of money on the military and no other country does, except I guess Russia since they invaded Ukraine. But like nobody else is on this level of expense, and we've done it for decades. And so we have this compounding thing of like we have the capabilities that other countries don't have because they don't spend the money to do it. And so when people are expecting, like, you know, obviously if America got into a war with, say, China would very quickly go to a war footing. And before we know it, they would outproduce the United States. And then they would slowly grind down the U.S. in a war. And it would be a horrible world war. But the idea that the United States is going to just like collapse immediately or whatever is just not likely to happen. And even if there is like a big spike in, say, oil prices, the United States and North America in general are oil exporters. So we are self-sufficient on fossil fuels and oil and natural gas. And so if anything, we will be beneficiaries of increased gas prices, increased oil prices. And if necessary, the United States could simply ban exports of fossil fuels and protect its own domestic economy. So the United States is very powerful for material reasons. And this is why being and evaluating stuff from a materialist lens as opposed to a moralist lens is so important. Because the United States is strong because of the nature of the amount of infrastructure we have, the amount of wealth we have, the natural resources, the education, the population, the way that international institutions are constructed, the way that we control the international finance, you know, all of that is going to be very difficult to resist by Iran.
Of course.
And it doesn't mean they can't do horrifying damage to the U.S. It doesn't mean the U.S. is necessarily going to like benefit from this war, but we will be the aggressor inflicting the atrocities on them. And that is what we need to fight so much against, is we can't just expect, you know, I see a lot of people that I think on the kind of center left waiting for some sort of consequence of like a failed operation or U.S. casualties before they'll speak out against the war. Support that we speak out against this shit immediately and aggressively, and not try to like stand around like the Democrats seem to be doing, waiting for something to look bad.
And isn't it? Do you think the Democrats will be able to? No, not. Let me rephrase the question. Do you think the Democrats will grab this free apple that is falling into their hands from the beautiful tree of Americans are tired of war, or they're just gonna do the typical Democrat thing of war good, but the way you do war we don't like. We would do war better. When it comes to the Iran invasion, TLDR, do you think the Democrats will utilize anti-war sentiment in the United States to grow their popularity base now that the Republicans are going full in, or I mean,
I used to have a longer-winded answer to this question, but the reality is that the Democratic Party is full of Israeli agents at the leadership level, and the institution itself is corrupt at such a profound and deep degree that they support this. The problem is the Democratic Party does have the wherewithal to understand that their base voters don't. And so they're concealing their true position. And this is something that really concerns me and is a sign of Democratic failure, even in the liberal sense of the word, where the Democratic Party and its politicians, and I think this is best explained by like Kat Abou-Ghazaleh as well, like her positions are unpopular with her base and she knows it, so she conceals them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a political culture of concealing your true views. So when people go and vote for someone, they don't know what they're voting for because there is now a political norm of concealing your true opinions because you think that the voter is too dumb and you don't, and there's no mechanism of accountability for that mismatch. So it's a lot more dire than I think people are recognizing, is in that we need some sort of major rupture in the U.S. because we have a pantomime of democracy rather than the ability to actually get positions that are held by 85% of the people upheld. Like, they simply do not care that we don't want war with Iran. They simply do not care we don't support the war in Gaza. They simply do not care that we do not want to have conflict with China. They are pursuing these policies, and fuck you. What are you going to do about it? You don't have a choice. And that is the thing that is very, very become readily apparent over the last 3 years, especially with the Israeli genocide. I think a lot of people had this sense that the Democratic Party might have learned its lessons in Iraq, might have learned our lessons in Afghanistan, but in reality, they didn't. What they learned is they can get away with supporting the war now and then, just make some generalized condemnations in the rearview mirror and then immediately support the next war. There's no accountability. So I don't know if that answered your question. I got longer-winded than I wanted to be. I just don't think the Democratic Party is an honest political party. I think they're duplicitous, and I think that they openly lie to their own voters, and they have contempt for their own supporters.
Wow. I didn't know you were this based. I thought you were electoid. No, of course. Could not agree more.
I mean, I'm only electoid for a couple people that I think are actually worth
That was not a serious
supporting.
comment. Mike, stop answering that.
But no, I know, but I have to answer that because...
But I don't think that, oh my God, oh Jesus. This man, you cannot, his ability to interpret whether it is whether something
autism,
is a joke
sir.
or a criticism of character is insane.
I can't even tell anymore.
It's insane. You know how hard it is for me. For reasons, actually. No, me and Mike don't interact at all. Well, not at all. We're not at all. It's been, how do I say this to you without them realizing this? This is a very, very Batman moment. Interesting things are coming. Is all I'm saying. Vio, I just lean into and start fucking with him. Oh my God, I can't imagine what it's like for you. Does he ever?
It's so funny because Vio is even more oblivious to this kind of stuff than me. Like, it's Such BS. Like, come on.
I doubt that. You know, how long does it take for Mike to like actually realize that you're fucking with him when you like just let it run? Sure, buddy. Ay. Let me say thank you to all the subscribers real quick. Thank you, Will Wright, for the 4 months. Thank you, Grim, for the bits. Pat Patzer, nice to see you. Thank you very much. Obsidian84. Thank you, Anon Xi Jinping. Thank you, Shadow Runner, for those 10. That is very, very kind of you. All me up. This is the last stream of the motherfucking... What you called of the month. February sucks, right? Tell them, Mike, about how important it is for them to subscribe right now, because February sucks. We don't have.
Oh my God! It is
3 whole days.
It's the last day of the month.
Yeah,
it's the last day of the month.
Like that's 10% income going down. You know, I can't pay for.
Yeah,
my
you need to
Maserati
subscribe.
dude.
He's right. He brought me on the shill chat. No, in all seriousness,
he's the king of this shit. I
gotta
watch his streams
subscribe
all the time. And he just he sometimes forgets to shill at all. Makes us chatters, because I'm his chatter. He's my chatter. He manipulates us into thinking that he forgot to shill, because he knows that by saying that he forgot to shill, it implies that he doesn't really care about the shilling part, which then organically motivates all of us to be like, no, we should give him money because he doesn't shill all the time. He's actually based as fuck.
This is like when a magician explains the trick. It loses all the joy of it. You know, you gotta just let
now
it
it becomes
happen
meta
organically.
The joy is not lost, because now it becomes meta. Now you are so honest that you are openly talking about how you manipulate your chatters, which then tells them that you are very different to other streamers, which then leads them to subscribing more, because you're very honest about the way you're doing the grift. Get it? Meta, by going against, by ousting yourself. You are still doing a manipulation on them, okay? And all of it is a manipulation, except for literally give me money. But unfortunately, that makes us feel like beggars, which we cannot do, right? Literally because of ego.
All commerce is, I have the aristocratic sense of it, right? Like, all commerce is beneath me. I only exist from my hereditary privilege, I'm trying to bring back feudalism, where like, oh my God, you're a merchant? That's kind of distasteful. You have to grub for money. I live off my accumulated hereditary land wealth.
I'm the opposite. I embrace the fact that I'm a beggar. Literally a week ago, I'm walking down the street, and there's a guy asking for, a handout, as Americans say. And I take out 10 euros, and I put it in his hand. And my friend is like, what the fuck, 10 euros? Are you fucking insane? You give 50 cents or €1. Implying kind of that I'm flexing in a weird way, even though you can't flex by giving a person that is homeless, etc., etc. But my response is, he's a colleague, he struggles today, I struggle tomorrow. I get 10 euros whenever somebody gives 3 gift subs. So as a premium beggar, I give him insight into the world of being a premium beggar. So yes. I give money to homeless people, not to all homeless people, to homeless people that ask for money, not because I want to be nice to them, but because it is collegial. It's class consciousness. I have beggar class consciousness that I spread amongst my less privileged street beggars. Okay, this is elite. We do it in front of a camera.
Yeah. Well, it's always funny to me when streamers are attacking sex workers as well, because it's like they're doing the same job as you. You're prostituting yourself. You're always online. You're overexposing yourself. You're desperate to get people watching you cook dinner. What the fuck is you're opening yourself up for attention. You're no better than anyone else who grinds for a living, who offers companionship for a living. So stop speaking poorly about sex workers and get a real job.
Absolutely.
That's my feeling towards all of those incel right-wingers. And all in all, long story long, if you enjoy content like this on this platform, you need to support it because advertisers are scared of it. You don't get agencies the same
He's
way.
actually doing the bit, son of a bitch.
So that's why you need to subscribe to somebody like Yugopnik, because if you don't give him thousands and thousands of dollars, how could he ever afford to live in the former Yugoslavia?
No longer in the form of the Balkans, yes. So don't look like I'm lying. But thank you. You see how I look give horse in the mouth? Okay, chat, show me. Was his pitch successful? Is his pitch better than mine?
It worked. You got goat milk steak, which is probably the favorite meal of your village.
No, actually, like we don't eat like goat milk in my village. That's very fucked up of you to say. I will have you know. You see, this is what it feels like when I fuck with you and you start responding this way. Like, you see? Do you see what that felt like? That is what I feel like every single fucking time. There's a quiet, and I'm like, shit, did I offend? And then you respond. Actually, that doesn't happen. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't act like. Thank you, goat milk.
Okay,
thank you,
yeah,
Yasari.
sorry. Goat milk steak is probably too expensive. It's something related to cabbage, right?
Yeah. Funnily enough, like the very popular sausage is donkey sausage, and it's absurdly expensive, and it's insanely
Donkey
tasty.
sausage?
Yeah,
Damn.
and you know
Okay,
what
now I want to try
this
donkey
is niche.
sausage.
It's not everywhere. It's niche. And you know what the main marketing that they do for donkey sausage is? It's usually like an old guy with like a massive erect sausage. And the joke is like, it's an aphrodisiac, and like because it's a donkey.
You will get a hard penis if you eat donkey
It's a donkey.
sausage.
It's got a huge hog, right? So if you eat the donkey, you have donkey penis, right?
You are what you eat, I guess.
You are what you eat.
Yeah.
You are what you eat. Donkeys are like super.
Well, as Zizek once said, we always have. I mean, God, I miss the old Zizek. A lot of our faves have fallen off quite a bit, huh?
Don't get
Although
me
he's not in the
started.
Epstein files, is he?
He's not.
At least he's not in the Epstein files.
At least not. Slav boys don't get caught, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know. No, but like, he's one of the founding pillars of my understanding, specifically of ideology and Marxism in general. But always kill your heroes, including our greatest OGs. Look at the theory, the underpinning, not necessarily the individual, and force them, like, unironically subscribe to them a lot so that they can retire. I'm very serious on this. Like, I want Mike to retire in 25 years. Do you understand? When you're like, what, 95 in 25 years, right?
So what I'll do when I retire?
Otherwise, we become fucking idiots, like in the low key.
No, I told chat, like, I'll retire when I become the Minister of Internal Security for 5 years. Okay, just like, whatever post-American state rises up. That's my main ambition.
With your ability to understand when a joke is a joke, being the new NKVD would be an incredible thing to look at. Comrade Mike, your hair looks very silly today. What do you mean?
Welcome
Are you
on
implying
in.
this is petit bourgeois decadence? Take him outside. Like, what the fuck? Like,
And then you go outside and it's a birthday party for you.
Yes, woo!
I would be the best at it.
Make them shit bricks, and then it's birthday parties. So that's actually pretty funny.
You're walking down the street and then all of a sudden a van pulls up and you get kidnapped, and then you wake up and you're in a sauna, and it's a nice, beautiful vacation spot. And I'll be like, I thought you needed a vacation. I walk in completely naked.
10 out of 10. I wish like legislature wasn't so hardcore on stuff like what you just mentioned, and I'm not even talking in a like alternative socialist state or something, but like shit that you see in movies that can never be pulled off in real time, in real life, because probably somebody would get shot or stabbed or arrested or put in jail for a very long time even, which is, for example, this. Like, imagine, okay, capitalism says the free market stimulates everything, yet all the cool shit that the free market could stimulate, we don't get to do. Like, for example, literally a service where like you pay money to a group of people to simulate a kidnapping of your friend. You know, he shits bricks. They actually do transport him to Mexico. He actually does wake up in underwear in Mexico. And boom, it's a birthday party, right? Like, that would be so cool. That's a great thing to spend money on. Like, no joke. Like, that is an experience. Yes.
Wow, we should set up our. Oh man, I'm sure we would. That would be great. Yeah,
that's a great bachelor party, right? That's a great bachelor party. Fuck.
Yeah, you just wake up and you're sitting in front of a pre-dug grave.
Yeah,
down your knees.
Yes,
your hands tied behind your back.
And Mike pops out of it.
And then we dump a bunch of coals into it and we light it on fire. We have a pig roast, and it's fucking awesome.
Well,
that's a surprise party.
Yeah, that would be a nice surprise party. Now it's your day off. Go enjoy it. I've taken enough of your time. Thank you for talking to us, everybody.
Obviously, yes, of course.
There's no way anybody in chat does not follow Mike. If you don't, please go ahead and do so immediately. Also, give him all your money. Thank you. Only after you've given me. He has more than I'm fucking with you. Some people are weird and actually do that on Twitch, which is so fucking strange.
Which is what?
Strange. The Prime, the bitching about the fucking Primes shit. When some streamers be like, you know, you have one Prime and you got to choose what streamer to give it, and they literally use sentences like, give it to me, don't give it to someone else. Very fucked up thing to do.
Here's what I say. Support. If you spend hours watching anybody, you should honestly, unironically support them. And I want us to carve out a space for the actual left on this platform. You know, for the longest time, it was dominated by a lot of the small political streamers were all like weird Vosh Destiny orbiter types. And so it's amazing to see a new generation of streamer who actually knows what they're talking about rising up.
Likewise.
So that's why I'm here, chat, and I'm going to keep watching some of your Iranian coverage as we learn more, because it's a dark time.
It's a dark time. Mod's fucked up with the shout-out. Can I please, like, actually get a shout-out, guys? Please? What's up, Maple Takes? Same back with Mike. Brilliant chap when it comes to ideological analysis, when it comes to dialectical analysis, but also when it comes to being very, very, very entertaining to watch. And also, low-key, one of my main kinks in life now is, being shouted at by him when I say something stupid. Have a good one, Mike. Thank you very much. Everybody.
I'll see you all soon.
See you soon.
Have a wonderful rest of your stream, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Cheers. Ah, fucking love Mike. What a beautiful chap. Now do the proper shout out. Thank you. I love you. Okay, let me move this around. Did you guys enjoy that? I enjoyed that. Nice little casual conversation. He reached out and he was like, yo, you want me to come on? I'm like, why the fuck not? That was lovely. That was like a bro randomly hits you up on the phone. I was like, yo, want to grab some beers? Thank you, Titoist, for the gift. Thank you, Anartheon, very much for the 3 months. We might actually reach our target for the month, which would be crazy. Thank you one more time. Goat Milk, Dr. Ruminator, Yosarin, Liz Kist, Will Wright, Grim, Pat Patzer. Thank you very much. The funny thing is I can't be angry at the mods about the wrong shout-out, because you know what I did once? Yeah, I fucked up so much. Before I knew Mike, right? Before I knew Mike, and before I was in the Twitch space, I thought that Mike has 2 channels. One that he runs with other people called Central Committee, and one where just Mike from PA, right? I genuinely thought this. So when I was mentioning Mike in my left YouTube pipeline video that I'm very proud of, and you should watch, it's my contribution to theory when it comes to the digital left. I unironically, when I'm like listing out some of these people, I'm like, Mike from PA is here, Central Committee is here. Like, they're 2 different people. So I'm embarrassed for that to this day, and I apologize to Mike. That was very stupid of me. Very, very stupid. Mike should collab with this Central Committee guy someday. Yeah, this Central Committee guy, pretty chill, pretty chill. And I have something in store for you, a very nice new project that I think will surprise you, how correlated to Mike it is. But I cannot spoil more. I have signed many contracts, okay? Mike sent me his lawyers from McKinsey, you know? Mike has McKinsey lawyers because his stream is that big. I've never seen Central Committee and Mike from PA in the same room at the same time, right? Lol Iran spent $30,000 to destroy American $30 million investment. Classic drone strike.
Significant progress, but all of a sudden, as you see, the American and Israelis conducted this military aggression against Iran. I would say this is not only a betrayal of diplomacy, this is the betrayal of the trust of the countries of the region. This is the betrayal of the whole.
You don't subscribe to the foul theory of leftist online spaces? I started that theory. My friend. I mean, I wasn't the first, but I was the one that actually framed it, created the thesis, gave proper examples. No, sorry, a little bit of ego, but like, come on, my friend. This is what the fuck. To ask me, I'm the funnel guy. Like, you ask the funnel guy about whether he subscribes to the funnel theory. What the fuck? Don't talk to bro about the scrolls. He was there when they were written. Yes, doof! Finally, someone who understands me. Merci, sestro. Basi майката. Те тук бате ме объркаха.
UN system, because the main pillar of the UN system, the UN Charter, is the provision of the use of force. And for a second time during the past 9 months, the United States, as a member of the UN Security Council, is launching an act of...
I've had people tell me that it's inaccurate and asked them how else it works. They then proceeded to describe a funnel-shaped journey towards leftism. I would love to hear a counter-argument to how communication works. Like, I love how people argue against the funnel. That's like arguing against gravity, brat. Ebasi майката is the same in Bulgarian. I said it in Bulgarian, brat. Ebasi майката. Sieba майката. The Bulgarians are the only ones that actually like say, I fuck my own mother. Like, the only nation on planet Earth, that like when cursing, they're not like, oh, fuck your mother. They also say fuck your mother, but they also say, ah, fuck my own mother. Like you're like, what the fuck? Thought you were speaking Srpski. Priča mi Srpski, brate. I speak Serbo-Croatian, Serbian. I also speak Bulgarian. I speak all the languages. Okay, not all the languages, but an okay number of them. You will never know all of them. I keep it secret.
Aggression against another member of the United Nations. So I think what is at stake is not only the security and peace of the region and that of the Iran, but also the whole countries of the region. We have proven that we trust our friends in the region. That's why we try to,
Jesus, so many times,
with the countries of the region, in furtherance of this.
Oh my God, he's fumbling it. Oh my God.
Is that the United States is conducting this war of aggression at the...
He's so nervous. Holy shit.
...cost of everyone, including the...
Which is understandable to be when you're being attacked by the world's only superpower. Fuck's sakes, man. American imperialist dogs.
Countries of the region. Under international law, any place, any location, any logistical support that are given to the aggressor are...
Bulgaria was not involved in the strikes of Iran. Oh my God, I'm done by the Kosovo people. I can finally breathe easy, okay? I can breathe easy, okay? Iran was really going to get
Your daughter's
if the non-existent Bulgarian army fucking did something. But I saw this. This is, I'm pretty sure they're doing the same in Belgrade and in Zagreb. This is like a communist movement in Bulgaria, 2309, and this says like no to war, etc., etc. Some Palestinian flags here and there. They're interesting. I see the stickers everywhere and shit. But the crazy thing about when I saw the clip is Grok, zoom in. Why is Bulgarian Mike there? Why is Bulgarian Mike there? Bulgaria woke. No, Bulgaria is politically, unfortunately, on average, very reactionary. They're not reactionary. They are incredibly politically illiterate, unfortunately. And I say this with a lot of love towards Bulgarians and Bulgaria as a whole. Like, genuinely, like, why would I otherwise choose this place to live in? But Bulgarian Mike is crazy. Mike from Burgas, but politically illiterate and reactionary is the same thing. That's fair. That's fair, my friend. That's very fair. It's literally Mike. What the hell, right? He was lying to you guys all along. Mike from Sofia, Mike from Lom, Mike from Pernik, bro. Mike from Pernik. Oh. Pernik is a funny city here. Like Pernik in Bulgaria and like Niš and Leskovac and Pirot in Serbia are like the funny cities. You know what they say about like guys from Pernik are like extremely machismo, like they're very violent and they're like, you know, they're like Neanderthals. That's usually the meme. So let me tell you one. Do I know a Pernik joke? Oh, I know a Pernik joke. When's the only time a guy from Pernik hugs his wife? When he's driving in reverse. How was a barbed wire created? They threw a coin between two guys from Pirot. How was a lizard created? They gave an alligator to a guy from Pirot to take care of for a week. How do you? Oh, I have too many. I'm just gonna turn into a joke stream. Yeah. The Pernik jokes are peak shit, man.
Legitimate target. And I'm sure that at the end of the day, the Iranians will dance victoriously.
You're watching our continuing coverage of the joint Israeli and U.S. attacks on Iran. I'm Rishad Salamat. Let's bring you up to date. Tehran is...
Mike from Bulgaria is the funniest thing. Can somebody like clip that and send it to him, please? Somebody clip that and send it to me, and I'll send it to Mike. That Mike from Yulin. Mike from Sunny Beach. Pernik is like Ohio of Bulgaria, for reference. Yes, it is. Čestita Baba Marta to all my friends. Čestita Baba Marta to you too. I have a very nice little Baba Marta thing over there.
Is retaliating by launching a wave of strikes targeting Israel and U.S. assets across the Gulf region. The Israeli military says it has struck dozens of military targets across Iran, warning that the attacks will continue as required. Iranian media, citing the Red Crescent, say at least 201 people have been killed and more than 700 injured. Iran has closed its airspace and cut mobile phone services. It's also vowed that its response to the attack will be, quote, crushing. One of the attacks targeted a girls' primary school in the southern city of Minab. Authorities say at least 86 people were killed in the strike. Iran's foreign ministry is...
Let me see what our lovely producer has sent us. Iran is showing U.S. ammunition and fuel in Bahrain. That's a hit. Are the motherfuckers celebrating? The Bahrain people are celebrating. Does anybody speak Arabic? Because that sounds like the the locals are fucking celebrating. Why not? No, I am not surprised. I'm just glad because the domestic Bahrain, Doha, Riyadh governments and so on immediately, wanted to pivot the perspective to be an anti-Iranian one, right?
The region, sites in Qatar, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Bahrain have all been targeted. This was a moment.
Oh my God, dude. Dude, I don't think there's anything that will like unify both the Iranians but also the Arabs from the surrounding states than what the yank fucking imperialist boot is doing right now. Well, send me a clip. I want to send it to Mike, please. Look at this celebration. Do you agree with my assessment, pandas? Allah boom. Motherfucker said Allah boom.
Armenia. Israel has said it is targeting dozens of military sites in Iran in coordination with the United States.
The globalization and its consequences. Motherfuckers saying Allah boom.
Programs.
The United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security.
Oh my God.
Interest.
اضرب 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 اضرب.
What do you think Adra sounds? Yeah, what do you think Adra means? Jackpot, jackpot.
مسيرة يا شباب مسيرة مسيرة اضرب 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 اضرب.
It's like they're watching a football game and it's Mbappe doing some crazy shit.
Alert, with ambulances dispatched from across.
He's saying hit, 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 hit. Fuck yeah.
The capital. The attacks come despite representatives from Washington and Tehran holding indirect
might call it a
negotiations
special military
in Geneva
operation,
this week.
Eh?
And as Iran's
Ankara Messi,
retaliatory
Ankara Messi,
strikes
Ankara Messi,
aim
Ankara
at the
Messi,
US
Ankara
targets in neighboring countries, the region is facing fears it could be dragged into a wider, longer conflict. Perry Wilton, Al Jazeera.
Well, we have a team of correspondents in Washington, D.C., Ramallah, in the occupied West Bank, Doha, of course, the UN headquarters, and Berlin. But let's start off with Mohammed Val, who is in Tehran. Now, Mohammed, what do we know so far? The Revolutionary Guard is saying that this, the next salvo that they dish out is going to be a ferocious one. What more do we know?
I'm sorry, this is a disgusting war. I'm sorry for making it. I do not want to undermine it. Just the jokes let us cope. I don't want it to be disrespectful in any way. For the brave patriots of Iran.
Yes, the Revolutionary Guard has been warning, and also the Iranian army have been warning that the
no more original accent than a Persian accent. I swear, a Persian accent. I love it. I genuinely love it, because there's no other accent that like does what it does. None. Pandas, do you have a? No, this is a racist question, but I don't care. I'm Balkan. Like, I owe you nothing, my friend. Do you have a Persian accent? Or no? The jokes help not to be doom-pilled. Absolutely, my friend.
Iranian retaliation will not be like anything that has ever been seen.
They don't have a Swedish accent, my friend. It's different. It's different.
Before. And we have seen
waves
of strikes against Israel across throughout the day. We don't have the details of how many targets were hit.
Oh my God, my respect levels have just plummeted, dude. I always imagine like a very sexy Persian accent, but now it's a fucking Svenska.
But we know that.
I'm kidding. Swedish is sexy, kind of. I barely have a Swedish accent. I'm sure you do not. This is slander. I swear there's the program app in which Hakim complains about it, and his explanation is just that they're so annoying. Don't get me started.
This is a continuous.
Don't let him get started. Oh, God.
Operation on the part of the Iranians, trying to, as they say, as the foreign minister said, give a lesson to the enemy that it hasn't experienced before. They are talking about the downing of at least 12 drones in the spaces of the Iranian nation today, including 2 Hermes, the Israeli Hermes, to the south of the country. They are talking about the air defenses being in full action mode and the possibility of, the capabilities they have of, countering the American and the Israeli strikes. So the Iranians are not pulling any punches during this new war, and they are saying that the era of cosmetic strikes and agreed upon strikes before and so on, before the time of hitting, that's over now, and that any action will be met with a much stronger reaction in this conflict, because Iran is trying to prove that it is capable of defending itself, and they are seeing this war as a war of existence, an existential conflict, an existential resistance, because the goals of the enemy, as I say, are clear now. It's not just a nuclear program, but it is the removal of the regime and also the total destruction of whatever Iran has built over the last several decades in terms of military capabilities.
Thank you, Rahmat Mahval, there for us in Tehran. Let's get it over now to the White House. Kimberly Halkett.
If you think the current government is reactionary and oppressive, the history shows us that Quisling governments installed by the United States of America always far outdo whoever they are replacing, either in the style of crackdown that is utilized, or more importantly, the basically lack of competency that they exude, which sometimes causes an even greater amount of suffering. For example, Iraq is a case like this.
When it was expected that...
Look at Putin. Yeah, but Putin blew back into their face. I agree, my friend, but Putin's a different example because it came to bite them in the ass, quite literally, in the ass of Europe, which is, the territory where they are fighting. You see my pun there. I mean, no disrespect to the people of Donetsk, Luhansk, Ukraine, and so on, but it is literally a butt of Europe. Iraq is a slightly better example, because yes, they installed like governments that were not as in your face mafia the way Saddam was, right? But it's basically a subclass of apparatchiks that have no idea what they're doing. They're just getting their fucking salaries, and they're pacifying the state. That's it, right? In the Balkans, same thing. It's
notified,
and that incompetence sometimes leads to even greater suffering and death.
Contacted members.
And bullets can muster. Thank you, dear it Milky. That's a crazy name. Oh dear, it's Milky. Thank you for the 9 months. Thank you very much.
The White House. Let's get.
We're at 2 hours 30 minutes. Everybody, please subscribe. This is the last day of the month. I know it's a big ask to reach the target, but let's try and get as close to it as possible. I don't have sponsors. I don't have ads. We are 100% crowd-funded by your beautiful chatters, and we try to give you both coverage, analysis, and a very principled Marxian perspective, internationalist perspective, because we actually are international. So if you want to support an international show in this space, consider supporting. Thank you very much, QC Bear. Welcome to the community. I always say welcome to the community to people that subscribe for the first time. And thank you, Reslan. Thank you very much. You are the third Western taxpayer. Anybody over 10, I count as a Western taxpayer. But please tell me if you're not Western so I delete you, because a lot of people from the developing world that have extra money and love gifting sometimes get pissed off because I put them in the Western category. They're like, I'm not Western. MXG, it was your birthday, right? Let's all say happy birthday to MXG. A little OG here in chat. Thank you for everything you've also done for us. Thank you. Muxga. And I think I owe a spin to MXG. I fucked up once. But today we're not spinning because obviously we shouldn't spin while people are dying. But I will let you spin your 10. I will not forget. Soup Bucket, also a classic taxpayer. Jesus, you guys are very nice today. You're so crazy. We might fucking hit it. That's fucking insane. I will also classify you as Western taxpayer unless you scream at me, and then I will remove you. We now got a hype train. It's a treasure train. It's MXG's birthday. It's a 35% off. It's a hype train. It's the last day of the month. I don't think I need to tell you anything else. Have some fun. Let's see if it hits. You know? Why not? Why not? Why not, brother? Why not?
To Zain Basravi, who's right here live in Doha. We heard waves of attacks come through the afternoon with the thudding of them being taken out by missiles, so the vast majority of them. What are you seeing from your vantage point?
I didn't even realize you had a stream. It's been 2 years already. 1 year of active streaming. No, God bless. I'm glad that you found us. ATC Locky, thank you for the prime. Welcome in.
Well, in the last few hours, the skies over Doha have been
Thank you, ATC.
quiet, but certainly the security risk does remain. What we've seen in the past several hours throughout the course of the day with multiple attacks on GCC cities across the region really reflects that red lines have been crossed. Iran has said that it would make sure that if its security was threatened by an attack by Israel and Iran, that any U.S. bases in the region and those countries that were harboring those bases, Iran would consider fair game. And what we've seen play out throughout the course of the day is that Iran does what it says it will.
Non-fucking critical support for Tehran right now. I don't fucking give a shit, man. Fuck this.
In powerful weapons as yet, and that they will continue to retaliate. While much of that retaliation is expected to be focused on Israel and targets inside Israel specifically.
Let's go, Petar. We went from 6 to 7. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist. Especially because of the angle. It looks so stupid. It looks like I have tiny hands.
Countries that host the U.S. bases, the countries that are considered to be U.S. allies, and those countries that Iran has named.
Guy on Al Jazeera earlier was trying to say Al Udeid is not a U.S. base. Yeah, he was like, it's our base, actually. Why are you calling it an American one? It is our base, bro. Bro, it's our base. How about you shut the fuck up and stop letting Americans use your bases? The only decent argument that they can have is one where they basically say, this is a crazy, insane fit, by the way. This is Anka goes to war, because I'm cold. Look at the insanity of this fit. I got it. I got it on top. Wait, can I zip it up? Can I zip it up? Wait. Oh, you can't even see. Oh, hi, I'm a normal guy. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Holy shit. This vest is insane how much space it can take up. Dude, you would think I'm very fat, right? Because of the thing, but you would never guess. You would just think I'm fat as shit, but like you would never guess. And I just go, ha-ha! Pregnant man. He's just a pregnant man. Warm and protected. Actual Slavic unk. Elder veteran. Every international crisis got the EU monitoring chair. Legendary.
Against its neighbors.
2 minutes left of the hype train, 35% off. Be smart with your money. 35% off only during this hype train. One of the last moments to help us reach our targets. This poor cold Slavic unk is dying. If you do not gift a sub, you will be cursed by the ghost of the Slavic unk. Remember those Facebook messages back in the day? That shit was really funny. That shit was really funny. If you do not reshare this like plague-infested nun to at least 100 people, she will come into your house and infect you with the plague. Ay, ay, ay. This little babushka has the Twitch plague. Subscribe. I can't believe this is working. Sealos, thank you for the 5. Comrade Internet, thank you for the 1. Femboy Mao, the best name in chat after Gay Lenin. Thank you very much for the Western taxes. MXG with another 5er. Oh, mamma mia. Here I go again. My, how can I resist you? Mamma mia. Nope, still nobody gave me, this is how I imagine aliens sound like. Look at this one. Since it's a hype train.
Tomorrow come here. Tomorrow come here.
Since it's a hype train, let me play some stupid shit so we stop thinking about war and death. This stream has been all over the place. The only, chat, this is not usually how disorganized we are. I just, they just keep repeating the same shit on the news, so I'm trying to keep it relatively interesting for you guys. And also a mangover from yesterday. This is what I imagine aliens sound like.
Tomorrow come here. Tomorrow come here for you.
For you?
For you, motherfucker.
Who's so for you?
Uite ce a bus face.
Stopping.
Hai bă, gata, termină-te.
Now, I'm just showing you very niche shit. Wait. This is a guy outside of a Lidl. And the Lidl is opening up in some random fucking Serbian village. And usually when Lidl opens in these villages, I mean, this is not funny because, like, people are that fucking poor. They usually give out free chickens. And it's very, like, it's very, like, sad to see another Balkan mic. Another Balkan mic. So we have the same FYP. You're a man of taste. Thank you, Slippy Fist. Thank you so much, my friend, for the 5. Very kind of you. Level 9. Let's fucking go. So another mic, yes. But so when they open a Lidl, they usually give some free chickens to people. And because people are so poor, they will sometimes wait for 4 or 5 hours to get a chicken. Okay? Is Mike a phenotype now? Like, let me start spamming him with screenshots. Mike from Serbia. Wait. Okay. Continue with that. Okay. So wait. We're doing Mike collage now. So we got Mike from Serbia. Okay. And we gotta go.
Tomorrow come here.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. What is wrong with my browser, dude? And then we have this one. Wait. What the fuck? And the fact that they're both... here he is. There we go. Wait. Trust me. This bit is going to be worth it. Okay. Where is recents? No, not the taxes folder. No, not the short stack goblins folder. Yeah, this folder. I am on my Epstein files folder. So use this one. Can I share, like, for collaboration? Add more images. Add your mics here. Lidl also steals business away from the local market and merchants. It annihilates them. And it lobbies the local government like crazy to allow it to use very high prices. It's very hardcore. But back to the actual... Oh my god, so many mics. Back to the actual clip. So they're giving away chickens, and all these people wait for 5 hours for a chicken. This guy, for some reason, this mic is standing outside. Okay, not this mic. This mic is... Jesus, they do all look so much like Mike. It's kind of crazy. So this mic is outside, and he's basically saying... I don't want chickens. I want drugs. That's the whole bit. Just watch this.
Ciao, Lidoć, da li tu ima neke droge? Da li tu nešto ima iza nas drogaše masne? Neću pile, hoću drogu.
That's the bit. I don't know. I don't want Pile, I want drugs. Okay, this is Bulgarian communist Mike. This is drug addict rock and roll Mike. We are connecting mics like Pokemon. Like there's so many mics. Game Flyer, thank you very much for the 10, my friend. Thank you very much. Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Oh no, the chant is about to start. Xi Jinping, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck, false system? Stokoj kurac! Are we gonna hit the goal? Thank you so much, man. False systems, Anon, Alexandria jebote, Game Flyer. Fuck you, thank you so much. No, not fuck you. I mean, thank you, fuck you, but thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Jesus, you're very kind, man. I'm going to reinvest this into the show. 10% goes to the producer. You guys are very, very kind. Very kind today. Thank you. You are this Mike, not this Mike. You are kind Mike today. We are turning Mike into a Wojak. We are turning Mike into a Wojak. With a level 12 hype train. You know that I hit level 24. I'm kind of a hype train legend in these sports. Hello, kids. Don't you know that I'm a hype train legend? Okay, still hype train is going. TikToks are playing. Shit, but I don't really have any fucking good ones. Here's a hog one. You want a hog one? Like arguably, if you give me this, like I might like be dissuaded by 5% to being a communist, because like low-key, like capitalism created this. Even though we can just standardize this and every single household can have this. Guess what it is? What am I salivating over? You're never gonna guess. That's it. They just put like that's it. This is like a 3-month project to make an insane amount of money, and they just there you go. It is, funnily enough, it's probably communist. It's probably made in China. It's probably made in fucking China. Why is the TV playing Tim? What the fuck? Shit. Fucking shut it the fuck out. You guys have such an eye, dude. Okay, now I'll come by it. Okay, it is for chuds. Son of a bitch. I joked that I'm chudding out, but oh God. They installed it, and the first thing they wanted, like they installed it, they connected it to the Wi-Fi, and they wanted to check whether it works. And the first thing probably that appeared on the guy's fucking algorithm is a goddamn Timcast. Thank you, Velaki Glock, for the gifty, and thank you, Shay, for the prime. Welcome to the community. I promise we're less unhinged usually. They're as fun, but slightly less unhinged and much more organized. But yeah, that was...
Where are you guys from?
That was what I had. No, wait, this one.
Jel treba zabraniti petokraku?
Ja sam bio sekfi.
Oh no! Why? Oh, fuck. Face reveal. I accidentally did face reveal. Son of a bitch. I actually had this car. I still have it. It's getting kind of repaired. I drove it to 400,000 kilometers, if you can mileage. Oh, wait, where is this? This is Chatters, Chatters recognize me in the streets, bro. Ukropnik. Yugopnik.
Oh, I cannot explain.
The two great enemies. He actually looks like a lovely guy. The yings and yangs of Yugopnik, Chokolopnik and Zedopnik. I get it. $500 portable bar. It's there's no way it's $500. It's not $500. It's not $800. There's no way it's $800. I don't think so. Try to save the hype train, and I'm still very grateful to you. I don't think so. Thank you very much. There's no way it's up to... There's no way. Man, China is crazy. Thank you for the hype train, guys. Let's go back to the coverage. We escaped the horrors for a second, but we must go back in. We must go back in. Even though probably we'll have to kill the stream in 30 minutes because I got this other fucking thing. Fucking always something, man. But no, 30 more minutes. Let's fucking go, chat. Let's go. If anybody's got very recent links, throw it my way. Thank you again for the hype train. And I can't believe we might actually reach our goal for the month, which is insane.
You know, nobody moves two aircraft carriers for no reason. And I think the availability of these strike assets provided the optionality of strikes, which then when the negotiation treaded quite long, and we know the current administration attention span is very short, then the optionality of strikes became much more attractive for the administration. This is how I see it.
Exactly. And Paul, when you
motherfucker call them stupid. They're very short attention spans. They need big, fancy explosions.
And so we don't know
How
what
about we
group...
send Zoran Mamdani to do the fucking negotiations between Iran and the United States? You know what the Iranian foreign diplomats should have done? Create like a big poster of a newspaper, Donald Trump peacemaker, and then show it next to, like, I don't know, whatever president did the coup in Iran originally.
Proposes a threat without the nuclear program. And even if Donald Trump has not been clear about that, he has been over the past week very clear that the negotiations weren't moving fast. And we've had conflicting reports about that. But on the American side, there weren't many indications that Washington was happy. So it may have been that this was simply a countdown timer was reached. It may have been that something with the Armada, these ships can't stay out there forever, that there was a physical limit or an...
Woke up hangover to war? Yeah, welcome to my fucking world. Yesterday we did a World War III drinking session, and this happened.
Operational limit, or it may have simply been, and this sounds flip, but I don't mean it to be, that President Trump got frustrated, or possibly that Prime Minister Netanyahu said that this was...
A resident Iranian compiled some like polls and statistics to counteract monarchist narrative that people in Iran want to be invaded. Only 18% of Iranians in Iran see foreign intervention as the path to change. 18%, which now probably lowered after the actual intervention. But the Shah supporters in the diaspora want you to believe all of Iran is begging to be liberated. Study after study shows that while the majority of Iranians don't support the regime, even more people don't support foreign intervention. We know our own history. Why would we want to support the ones who created the problem in the first place? Even Gaman, the most regime-critical survey out there, the one Shah supporters themselves cite, shows Iranians in Iran prefer civil protests, 31%, and strikes, 65%, over foreign intervention, 18% as a path to change. Iran Poll Chicago Council asked 2007 Iranians what Iran should do if the U.S. attacks. The majority said respond militarily. 30% said go to the UN. No majority for welcoming it. 86% of Iranians view the U.S. negatively, and YouGov 2025 shows 53% of Iranian Americans don't even want foreign intervention. Like, not even the majority of the diaspora support this. Iranians want change. We do not want it the way Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan got it. Stop pretending you speak for us. Retweet, my dear friend. Chatters, let's make... I just retweeted you to 100,000 people. Let's make pandas famous, eh? Also, give them a follow. This is very, very, very good analysis. Thank you, my friend. This is very, very good analysis. Go retweet the shit. Thank you, brother.
Is going to go ahead with or without America's permission. And I do want to say, you know, your question about whether this is America's war or Israel's war, they are both in it together, but I think they each have separate agendas. And that's something that I think players in the region are keenly aware of.
That is not a bad take. The United States wants to control Iran. Israel wants to Libya Iran, okay? Israel wants Iran to be a failed state, while the Americans really will not mind co-opting it. Hell, they would prefer not to turn it into a failed state for all the wrong reasons, mostly that being, the dirty browns are going to emigrate en masse towards our beautiful white Europe and, more importantly, our beautiful white America. So they don't want mass migration, and they've noted it many times, while the Israelis don't give a shit.
Paul, thank you very much indeed. Rashid.
Iran closed Hormuz completely. It's fully confirmed now. Oh my God, even we got audio. Please, guys, please, this is very good analysis. Let's go give it that support.
Sepah Navy, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. From now on, all navigating through the Strait of Hormuz is forbidden. No ship in every type is not allowed to pass from the Strait of Hormuz till next notice. This is Sepah Navy, out. This is...
Oh my fucking... Yeah, it's war. This is not going to end quick.
With Kimberly. Kimberly, we were talking about what Congress is likely to do next.
And the funniest part is, like, regular everyday Joe's like, you're going to be paying for this shit. If Hormuz stays fucking closed, oh my God. For a week? For a month? For 6? Oh my God, the prices. No, fuck it. I am glad to take it upon my paycheck if the Iranians can exercise sovereignty. But, like, son of a whore, man. What the fuck, dude?
Democrats are saying this is an illegal and unconstitutional movement and that Donald Trump exaggerated the risk to the United States by Iran and that ordinary Americans do not want another, quote, endless war. Another Democrat has said that Congress must convene at once to put a stop to this. What are they referring to? Well, the U.S. president, under the U.S. Constitution, doesn't have the power to declare war. It's the U.S. Congress. And so there is War Powers resolution from 1973 that does allow the president to take action, but only if he briefs.
You see liberals playing checkers while the Republicans are playing chess. The Republicans understand that the political climate in America is one which does not give a fuck whether official structures say something is something. They only care whether big, loud president man says something is something. So the executive body, the Republicans have understood the power of the executive body to a level that the Democrats have not, or liberal media has not, even conservative media has not. They're doing the fucking classic coup one step at a time, and it's working.
Capability would be about 8 years from now. Now, very quickly, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the statements that have been coming out of CENTCOM, that is the U.S. Central Command. And, of course, as you were reading that statement there from Qatar, one of the major military bases for the United States is in Qatar. The U.S. saying that there have been no casualties and only minimal damage to U.S. installations as a result of the retaliatory strikes by...
Seriously, fucking up your game, for fuck's sake.
Hundreds of Iranian attacks. And as to speak to the
Zero
U.S. strategy.
0 Americans.
What we know now is that the targets the U.S. was going after was the IRGC's command and control sites, Iranian air defense, missile, drone sites, as well as...
Please don't Venezuela me, Iran. Like, I cannot take another Venezuela, dude. I will paint myself as a crying communist soy jack. Like, please, dude. Like, come the fuck on.
Any attacks here on the homeland.
Kimberly Halkett there for us at the White House. Let's go to Tehran now. Mohammed Vali is live for us there. Now, how have people been reacting to all this, Mohammed?
Honest, right?
I mean, it's one
Thank
thing
you, Ziar,
to
very much.
know of an
Thank you very
attack
much for
coming
getting
very
on.
soon. It's another one when it actually arrives.
Well, yes, there are two types of reactions. At the beginning, we have seen the chaos in the streets with the traffic jams and some people trying to leave Tehran, or maybe they have left actually, and some trying to regain home or places where they think they are safer. So that's the initial panic. Then we have seen regularity of traffic in the streets after that, and reassurances from the government that the situation is under control and so on. Right now, we have a wave of protests against the strikes. As we speak, there is a huge rally at Imam Riza Shrine in Mashhad, and also another rally in Rasht, west of Tehran. We have seen hundreds to thousands of protesters also at the Palestine Square earlier today in the central district of Tehran. And some people also taking to the streets tonight, not many that I have seen. So at least we have the beginning of some kind of popular reaction to what has happened. And we are here talking only about those people who support the regime. We know that there are millions of them. We have seen them in the streets during the last few months in rallies and demonstrations supporting the government that's in place. But we know also that there have been demonstrations against the government, and many people protesting what they describe as lack of freedoms and so on, and crackdowns on liberties. So mixed reactions there among people, but the general atmosphere in both camps is that there is apprehension, there is fear of what might come next, and the strikes that are taking...
I think like a very old human instinct, particularly the tribal one, which is very real, by the way, but not the way the imbecilic nationalists try to pitch it to you. Tribal from the perspective of preserving and saving community, not keeping it isolated from other communities, simply protecting it if somebody comes to violently take it away from you, which is utilized by reactionaries to spawn right-wing ultranationalist sentiment, etc., etc. But correlated to this very tribal communal protection instinct that we have basically as a species, I think in almost every culture that I can imagine, works the same way when it comes to a person that is not from the tribe, or more importantly, when a completely different tribe comes to your fucking house and starts throwing shit. No matter how much you dislike your tribe leadership, your focus completely shifts, and the disagreements that you might have with your fellow tribesmen will still continue existing, but they will be put in the background, because all you need to focus on now is the other tribe fucking your shit up. So I hope that's how it works for the Iranians. Houthis haven't acted yet. They could do a crazy thing if they close their seas as well, but completely close them. So yes, let us see how the streets react.
Ending 8 wars. Now we are hearing him talking about how this...
Thank you, Hank the Platypus, for the sub. We are 31 subs away from hitting our monthly goal. Today is the last stream, and I have 17, 18 minutes of stream left. So let's do a funny thing, okay? Let's do a funny thing. If we don't, I'm still extremely grateful. 30 away is God bless. I'm not going to be greedy about it, but we're this close. Why the fuck not? It will feel good.
Phil, thanks. Phil Lavelle there for us at
Hormuz is closed already, yes.
Mar-a-Lago. All right, well, U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, has released a statement on the latest strikes, which it says will launch to, quote, dismantle the Iranian regime's security apparatus, prioritizing locations that posed an imminent threat, it said. Targets included Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, command and control facilities, Iranian air defense capabilities, missiles and a drone launch site, and military airfield. CENTCOM forces, they say, successfully defended against hundreds of Iranian missile and drone attacks. There have been no reports of U.S. casualties or combat-related injuries. Damage to U.S. installations was minimal and has not impacted operations. The first hours of the operation included precision munitions launched from air, land and sea. Operation Epic Fury involves the largest regional concentration of American military firepower in a generation. Al Jazeera's Tohid Asadi has been speaking to the spokesperson for the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ismail Baghei. He says Iran is acting in self-defense.
We are facing another unprovoked act of aggression, an egregious act of aggression that is imposed on Iranians, and we have every right, in accordance with international law.
We already saw him. Very, very lackluster performance here in the first interview after the war started. But hey, I wouldn't be able to do a better job. Fucking BBC Persian probably going into overdrive right now.
دولت آمریکا و مردم آمریکا رو درگیر یک جنگ طولانی در خاورمیانه خواهد کرد.
And not for a good cause, if you know what I mean. BBC Persian must be. Israel is perpetrating a rumor that they killed Al-Khomeini. That would be insane. I'm just gonna fucking go and fucking shit myself. If they successfully fucking then there's no way. There's no way. No, they can't be that fucking stupid. Nobody's that. No fucking way. No fucking way that they fucking killed Khomeini in the first fucking hour. That would be. I fucking rage quit at that point. Like, what the fuck, man?
About the military and
like they fucking kidnapped Maduro. Now they one shot kill fucking 360 no scope all Khomeini. That would be fucking that would actually put me in a hole. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Fucking hell, dude.
the regime.
Probably a fucking rumor. There's no fucking way, man. Only Israel's Channel 12 is claiming that he is dead. There are growing indications that Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei was killed in the first wave of the U.S. That would actually solidify the Middle Eastern century of humiliation at this point. Like, fucking hell. No, there's no way, dude. There's no. Israeli media outlet Channel 12 said unnamed Israeli sources had revealed there were growing indications the leader was killed during this morning's airstrike. No, he wasn't. No, there's no fucking way. There's no 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 way. I am Mike. Wait, let me send him this. I haven't sent him this. Multiple mics. I will not give you context. So I sent him the link that shows this and this, and I just sent him like multiple mics. I will not give you context. That's it. I sent nothing else. Press X to doubt. The only allegedly confirmed is his son-in-law and daughter-in-law. Jesus Christ. Daughter-in-law, fuck. You're saying that the husband and wife of his children. I literally got goosebumps, for fuck's sakes, man. And the rabid American imperialist dog is just... Saudi Iran panic as strikes hit, but for some it's a moment of relief. Moment of relief. Another clip shows teenagers at a school dancing and chanting that the strikes have happened, adding, "I love Trump." Yes. Yes. Very rich Iranians. I mean, look at the fucking apartment. Immediately, you know, probably that's who gets interviewed. That's totally what's happening. Oh, yeah. They're throwing babies out of the baby machines. What do you call the baby machines? Remember in Iraq when they were throwing babies out of baby naters? It's called a baby nater. It's called a baby nater now. Son-in-law and daughter-in-law of Iranian Supreme Leader Khamenei reportedly killed by U.S. strikes. So I was right. For those of you who were not here in the beginning of the stream, I said this happened, basically. I said this happened.
Have you ever killed anybody?
I said this happened, and turns out it happened. It's just not the janitor.
Have you ever killed anybody? No.
8 hours later, we fired 47 cruise missiles into Iraqi intelligence service headquarters.
But by then it was the middle of the night in Baghdad.
And we killed the janitor.
Have you ever killed?
We killed the mother, daughter, and son-in-law.
There would be no victory for anybody. It would be a devastating war. And since the Americans' bases are scattered to different places in the region, then unfortunately perhaps the whole region would be engaged and would be involved. So it is a terrible scenario. Of course we are prepared. We are fully prepared for...
Oh my God, they are pushing it everywhere. Look at the propaganda machine, blad. My fourth scroll on TikTok. I was scrolling off screen, unfortunately. No, I can prove that it is my fourth scroll. I know I can't because it's the full link. Fourth scroll on TikTok. Wait. There you go. I can't even... Wait. No, not this, you can't. This one. Fourth scroll on TikTok. Schoolboy in Iran says he loves Trump after... Yes. They're going to milk this so hard. They're going to milk this so hard, man. I hate the propaganda machine so much, dude. And the craziest thing is that kid will probably get arrested now as well. So that kid is going to get arrested, and they're going to milk him. The Americans are going to milk him. The literally worst outcome, dude. Fucking raise your kids better, dude. But I feel bad for him, though. Fucking hell. There were reports that Iran fired the third of number of rockets they did during 12-day war. Oh, they're going to have to fire fucking everything now. They literally have nothing to lose. Like, you got to go full in. I don't understand why they wouldn't go all in. Why the fuck they wouldn't go all in. Thank you, I don't think so. Literally proving why you deserve to be VIP, man. Fucking G. This month, you really carried. In response to the attack on Iran, House Democrats plan a Zoom meeting for tomorrow. Oh, blядь, suka. Iranian Foreign Minister Arakshi told NBC News that Ayatollah Khamenei was alive, as far as he knows. This statement came after questions like, is Khamenei alive? Is the Ayatollah still alive? And is Iran leader dead? Spread online. They're in the lead. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Zirezlan, for the 10. Holy shit, we're so close to our target, bro. Literally 3,784. Almost as bad as 1984. Woo-hoo! Yes! You guys are so kind. Thank you for giving me the privilege of calling this my job. It is the greatest privilege I've ever had in my life, except my woman, of course.
Leadership, we're talking about ballistic...
Though kind of low-key, you guys are
the defensive...
Did my wife ever give me 3,800 subscriptions? No, she didn't. Okay. She gave me love and like whatever. What can I do with love? Fucking clean my ass with it. From Yukons, I get 3,800 subscriptions. Let's be fucking honest. Yes, saw that one. Was this one by Phil? No, not married yet. We just call them women here. My wife.
MashaAllah! 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 ملت ایران همشون حزب الله هست فإن حزب الله هم الغالبون MashaAllah! MashaAllah!
MashaAllah. This one's the most hardcore one. Wait, you know the hardcore one? It really gives me goosebumps every time. What was the name of the squirrel? Of the squirrel on Twitter. The squirrel on Twitter. What was the squirrel's name? I can't remember. Like actual at.
ترامپ بداند ما برای اینکه
Iran says it will soon unveil weapons you have never seen before. Okay. Trump should know we are equipped with the most advanced capabilities to fight you for years. Okay.
سالها با شما بجنگیم.
Well, currently there's 0 American casualties. So, okay, interviews.
از پیشرفته ترین امکانات امروز برخورداریم. اول جنگ هرچی ته انبار داریم میزنیم.
Okay, put theory into praxis, and then I'll take you seriously. Z Squirrel, thank you very much, producer. No, Z Squirrel. No, can I get a link to the account? Zwei Squirrel, Zwei Squirrel, Squirrel. The fuck, it doesn't pop up. It literally doesn't pop up. Isaiah and then underscore. Oh my god, chat, are we fucking stupid or are we fucking stupid? The hell is going on? Okay, this one's the hardcore one. I saw it this morning from the squirrel. Where is it? This one's fucking hardcore. This one's hardcore.
شده آماده یک جنگ جهانی دنیا شده آماده یک جنگ جهانی فریاد شیاطین جهان خار یهودی بیرون زده از حنجره شاه سعودی بیرون زده از حنجره شاه سعودی تکفیری و بها.
Don't fucking Fed post, and I'm just playing a song. Songs are not literal.
شده همدست اینها همه زیر سر شیطان بزرگه تا روح خدا در دل این خاک دمیده تا روح خدا در دل این خاک دمیده دشمن به خودش یک شب آرام ندیده دشمن.
Okay, now put it into practice, eh? War Turbo Folk. This is, I guess, Iranian War Turbo Folk is all nice and dandy. Now,
is called Epic Fury.
Now, results. Thank you.
Today, in a very powerful surprise attack, we managed to destroy the compound of the tyrant Khamenei. For 3.5 decades, this brutal and cruel tyrant who fought the entire world and made its own people miserable, was constantly trying to eradicate Israel. This plan no longer exists, and all indications show that this tyrant is no longer with us as well. We managed to target senior members of the nuclear operation as well as senior officials, and we're going to continue and hit thousands of targets within this terrorist regime, and we are helping the courageous Iranian people to unshackle themselves from the shackles of tyranny. So I call upon you, do not miss this operation. It is a once-in-a-generation chance, because when your moment comes, the moment when you will have to take to the streets en masse, to go out to the streets in order to get the job done and get rid of this terrible regime which is making your lives miserable. All that pain you've suffered will not be in vain, because help has arrived, and now it is high time that you all come together and unite for a historic mission for all of the citizens of Iran, the Baluchis, the Farsis, the Kurds. This is your time to join forces and overthrow the regime and thus guarantee your future.
That's the same thing word for word that the Orange Bastard said. Yes, I'm glad somebody noticed.
Citizens of Israel, throughout the War of Resurrection, I drew so much power from your strong standing. You never despaired, but on the contrary, you stood up straight and backed our soldiers who were true heroes. You supported and backed the government as well as me in order to lead the struggle over our existence. And this is exactly what a life-seeking nation does, a nation of lions. Over the next few days, we will have to show that same firm standing and that ironclad adherence to the instructions of the Homefront Command. Citizens of Israel, there is great symbolism in the fact that the day today is the 11th of the Jewish month of Hadar, because 106 years ago, the hero Yosef Trumpeldor was killed in the battle over Tel Hai, and his heroism and legacy still beats through our heart. And he was commemorized in the statue of the lion.
Iranians, if you don't shut this motherfucker up, I will never forgive you. I will never forgive you. They are pissing on your soil. They are pissing on your mosques. They are pissing on your people. Some things are just worth giving everything. This is beyond evil, and it needs an adequate response.
Netanyahu talking to people in Israel about this large-scale attack on Iran. He started off by talking to the people of Iran, saying that he believes what is...
I do not have an ability to continue without breaking TOS, so my heart, I have literally 125 heartbeats right now. I cannot stay here without breaking TOS. I will have to send you somewhere. I will send you... Probably you've had enough of the news, so we'll send you to Freda to play some video games. Freda is a very dear friend of the show. There we go. Thank you for your time with me today. It was an insane day. Thank you to all the subscribers, all the Oilers. We even almost reached our target. Thank you very much. Trust me, I don't want to leave, but I will ruin my career if I stay. I will ruin my career if I stay. I will ruin my fucking career if I stay. There's nothing I can add that I already haven't said. Non-critical support to the people of Iran. Put the imperialist in his fucking place. This is your time to shine. Don't embarrass your ancestors. Thank you, guys, and I will see you next week. Thank you for this month. Thank you to the producer, mods. You guys are great. Thank you very, 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 very much for everything. It's a true privilege to be here. Have a good one. Son of a fucking bitch.